Alright, am I audible? Can you hear me? Is it working? I have like 9 billion tabs open. 9 billion of them. I have like 9 billion tabs just to get this EGGY stream to work. Ugh. EGGY stream. EGGY stream. Nope, can't hear you. What? Oh, wait. Okay, no. I'm silly. I'm foolish. Let me turn on the music. If it'll work. Or is it just gonna chug under like the 9,000? Oh, wait, no, I don't have the music on. There we go. Think we got it. Okay. What means and it could be medians? What? Sailor Moon. Watch the Battle Clip streamer. Watch the Battle Clip. Watch the Miku clip streamer. I don't know. That's not what we're here to do today. This isn't a media react stream. Kanade spotted. This is okay, this is the like VTuber account, right? So it's not the one that I use all the time. So like I feel like it's most of the time when I use it, it's for stream BGM, or sometimes I will watch some VTuber clips, which is why that's everything. What on earth just happened? Chrome? Google Chrome? Okay, just like flickered. Thanks, Google Chrome. From the dark side, become react streamer. I'm not a reaction person. I have no reactions. I have never reacted to a single thing in my life. You know? I have watched a thing that's supposed to make me feel things, and I look at it and I go, quite interesting. And that's the most thoughts that I have in my brain. That's all I have. That's all I have. It still knows. Yeah. I think it's very weird because, yeah, there's definitely been times where I've made a new account on something and it starts giving me recommendations for things that I'm like, I have not interacted with anything like that on this site. How did you know? How did you know? But yeah, I cannot become react streamer because what I have to do today, by the end of the stream, is learn how to crochet. So I'm gonna have to do crochet, maybe if I spell it right, crochet for beginners. Because here's the thing. So I have been knitting since high school. I have never learned to crochet. I have attempted it. The problem is that, like, I've never been able to crochet in a way that, like I've managed to get the beginning row started. It's just that when it comes to do the second row, that's where I fall off. Because, like, crochet, it works a little bit like knitting in that you're using a tool, which I just realized is invisible here. So you're using a tool. I should probably make this smaller. Hold on. You're using a hook to like pass loops through other loops. So it's fundamentally not that different from knitting, but for some reason, knitting, all your stitches are still on the needle when you knit, right? And then when you turn around, you don't have to worry about losing anything because they're still on the needle. And I think this is where I fall off on crocheting because, like, crochet, it's like you knit the first row and then you have to like turn it around and begin the second row the other way. And that's where I fall off. That's where I think I fall off. Yeah, it's a bit more complicated. I don't know. I've had some people who can crochet but not knit say that knitting looks more complicated because you have to like have the number of stitches with you all the time. Like everything's with you. And I mean, I can see with knitting too, because one of the things I've dealt with when traveling is, so let's say you have a knitting project, right? You leave it off somewhere because, you know, you're done for the day. So you kind of leave it off somewhere and you're done knitting. Your stuff is still on the needle, right? And you put it in your bag and a few stitches start to slide off the needle. And that can be a huge pain. And I don't think that's as much of an issue in crochet. Like, the likelihood of your project completely falling apart seems smaller. So, yeah. You can make 4-dimensional-ish objects of crocheting. Yeah. I know a lot of plushy stuff is, it's all crochet. I think crochet is better for small items. I get the impression that, like, Knitting, you can make small items with it, but it's usually easier. Like, it's better for more big stuff. But if you're trying to make, like, a very small, plushy teddy bear, easier to do that with crochet. But yes, came in a bit late. Hi, Eggy. Oh yeah, I didn't get to say good morning to everybody. Everybody has different names, mostly. Raced, that's the same. Azure Blast, you're the same. Good morning. Deffins, you're the same. Good morning. Robert Brown, you're the same. Good morning. Box of Kittens, good morning. Bibby, good morning. Kuwo, good morning. And Pembu, yeah, there we go. Yeah, knitting too. This is knitting too. Now with less needle. So yeah, most crochet fashion has to be produced by humans because machines would explode. Yeah, I know, that's another thing, is like, crochet, like knitting, yeah, that can be done by machines, actually. Actually, I can probably show you, hold on, there was like a video I saw the other day, and I kind of want this thing now. Like, just to show you what like a knitting machine kind of looks like, let me make this bigger again. Okay, so like, let me see. Do they have anything that's not short? Here we go. There's been like a fairly one that's been going kind of, maybe not viral, but like, it's been popular in the past few years. I think it kind of took off around COVID time. Well, I'm just gonna mute the video. Please let me mute the video. I just need to show it. I don't need everybody to hear it. Here we go. Yeah, identifiable eggplants. Yippee! Look at you guys who managed to get the same username on multiple websites. Okay, let me... Please let me skip forward. There we go. I don't know, YouTube is like really laggy today. Maybe it's just because I'm streaming. Please? Play the video. Play a video. Oh my god! Yeah, I was gifted a knitting machine once. It jammed off and so it prompted me to actually learn how to knit. I think the problem is, at least with this one. Okay, are you gonna play the video now? Here we go. You gotta do it slowly. So this is like casting on. You see you have to like, you know, be especially careful to make sure that you like cast it on correctly or it's gonna, you know. I mean, it's the same with knitting with needles, right? You have to cast it on correctly or it's gonna kind of screw you over later. And then, let's see, if I skip ahead to repeat rows. There you go. So, once they start to repeat, yeah, you start going around the other way. At least if you're doing a panel. If you're doing it in the round, then it's different. But if you're doing like a panel, then you gotta go around the other way. But yeah, that's how it works. You gotta do it slowly. I imagine probably one mistake people do is they try to like crank it really fast and then it just like gets messed up because the machine can only go so fast. But yeah, no, I think I wouldn't mind getting one of these. These seem kind of cool. These seem kind of cool. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Because we are here to find out how to crochet. Crochet for beginners. I'm probably gonna have to mute these because I'm probably gonna be watching this at like half speed. Because like when it comes to tutorials, personally I'm actually not a fan of video tutorials, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm actually, because video tutorials is one of those things where, because you know how like with written tutorials, right? I see this a lot for like software, like how to do this thing in Reaper or how to do this thing in OBS. Personally, what tends to happen is I figure out like 3/4 of the way, but like in an article, it's a lot easier to just scroll until you find the step that you need to be at. Whereas I find in a YouTube video, you have to like either watch the whole thing or just like skip ahead 2 seconds at a time constantly to figure out like, okay, where can we Where can we leave off, you know? But let's start by making a square, which hopefully we can do. I'm gonna make this smaller again just so you can see my hands. Okay. So this should be easy enough. Okay, so they're just explaining needles. Let's skip ahead a little. When was this one made? It doesn't have chapters. 8 years ago. Okay, that was before YouTube brought in like chapters. So can somebody do the math? When was 8 years ago? Was that like 2015? Or no, it would have been 2016. It'd be 2016. That was 8 years ago. Yeah. An article is easier, but for physical things, a video tutorial is not bad. That's fair. That's fair. I think a lot of the times, like, when I look stuff up, it's for, like, software, and that's why. Okay. So I have made a slip knot. I know how to do that. We've had to do that for knitting as well. Maybe I should have picked a better yarn that isn't as, like... Because this one seems to separate itself a lot. 2016. Oh boy. 2016. What were you guys doing in 2016? Okay. So... we have to pass it in front? She hasn't gotten to that part yet. See, this is why I said I don't like video tutorials. I'm like, please, I just need a video of someone doing the thing. Okay. So I think I have it right. I have it right. And then you slide this part over. I feel like there's probably a better way to go about it, but I think I got it. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna pause this. Because I need to, like, look at the technique a little more. Because, like, I get the general idea. I just need to know how she's, like, doing it so that when she pulls, it, like, slides right over. Maybe I should have picked a slidier thread, maybe. Hold on. Picked a slidier yarn. Maybe that's my problem. My yarn's not slidey enough. Because it's like this. Or maybe she goes around the back. Or my front, back. No, I just lost the whole thing. Okay. Let's see. I was in Korea. I do not want to be on the receiving end of that question. Should be able to hover over the X years ago to see the exact date. Let's see. When was it? March 16, 2015. What were you guys doing on March 16, 2015? Were you... I don't know. I think I was... probably doing homework. Probably doing homework. Or I wonder if that would have been March break, maybe? Okay. Oh, I see. So if you... okay, so maybe I tied that a bit too tight and that's why. That's why. Okay. Mystery solved. I need to loosen this a bit. Do you want to be on the receiving end of that question? I don't know. Were you being old? Was it that long ago? Was it that long ago? I mean, 8 years is a long time, but also not at all, you know? Actually, in the middle of finals. Yeah, see, it wasn't that long ago. So it's 3. I should keep track of how many I'm doing. 4. Yeah, I think I got the hang of this. 5. 6. Let's do 10. 7. What? 7. 8. I want to be able to do this faster. 9, 10. Here we go. So I think, see, this is the part that in previous attempts to crochet I've gotten the hang of. It's the part where you start off and you just have one chain and you don't have to think about anything. So I'm gonna wait for her to get to the next part, because the next part is where I struggle. And now I'm also once again regretting picking this yarn. I might switch to a different yarn at some point because this is not. It's a nice color. It's a nice color. It's a nice texture. I cannot see anything in here. It all just looks like fibers. This seems to have colored illustrations. Unfortunately, I cannot click the link. Are links banned in YouTube chats? I don't think I banned them. I don't think I banned them, but I don't know if that's a thing I have control over, you know? Okay. So it looks like she's getting ready to turn it around. So... okay, so to turn it, okay, hold on, wait, okay. So you gotta take the loop of not this one, but the one before it. This, pass that in, okay. Ah, I see, okay. So you gotta like knit over the stitch before, and that turns the row, right? Okay. And then you gotta knit, I don't know why I'm saying knit. You gotta do another stitch that will cross through both of them, I think. That's what they're saying here. Pass it through one. Pass it through one. And I guess pass it through the other as well. Oh, I see. I see. And then do you have to do that for every single thing now, though? Okay. You know what? I'm requesting your permission to start over. I'm requesting your permission to start over because I'm really regretting picking this yarn. Because, like, can you make heads or tails? Hold on, I'm putting it where you can see it. Can you make heads of tails of any of this? I don't think I can make heads or tails of any of this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna pick a I'm gonna go find a more straightforward yarn. Give me a second. Let's see, are you straightforward? Where's my nice straightforward law-abiding yarn? Try to find one that's smaller, on the smaller side. Here we go. You're pretty normal, I think. This is a pretty normal yarn. There we go. Maybe I should have picked maybe a thicker one. But it's a smaller hook, so I don't want to pick one that was too thick. Maybe actually, you know what, maybe I will pick a thicker one, just to see what happens. If it's too thick, I'll switch back. It's the one I was using the other day. Here it is. Queen. Here we go. Yarn. Queen yarn. You may start over. Thank you for your permission. Thank you for your permission. All right. Links are automatically filtered out. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sure if I Google, like, just how to crochet, I'll probably find something similar. But we're taking our time here. I'm not in any hurry. If I were in a hurry to learn to crochet, I certainly would not do it on stream. Here we go. See, at least now I know I'm confident in how to start, right? Very confident. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. And how'd she say to do it? So you have to pick up the loop from here, I think? Here we go. Yeah, not the one from that stitch, but for the one from the one before. So like this. And then here, make a stitch that passes through that one. Then do another one that passes through both of those. 1, 2. Okay, where do we go from here? I'll backtrack a little bit. No, I want to backtrack. YouTube, let me backtrack. Here we go. Okay. Send you the link on Twitter. Cool. Thank you. Hold on, where's my hand? Thank you. Okay. So that's what we were just doing. Take one, pass it through one. Make another one, pass it through both. Pass it through 1, 2. Okay. So then after that, I guess going forward, you have to grab okay. I see. I think. For now. Well, let's do the next stitch. So it's like this, and then you have to like essentially just pass it through for every single stitch that you do from then on, I guess. Hold on. Hold on. Get the yarn back on the other side. Like this. But the back one is still there. Oh, so you're doing it 2 at a time then? Hold on, let me undo that previous one. So 1, 2. Do I just keep going like this? Hold on. I might not see. Okay. Oh, I see. So you gotta alternate it. It looks like... Oh, okay, I see they're alternating it. I understand, sort of, I think. Let me get rid of that previous one. Okay. To pass it through, make 1. And you do both, I think? Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm losing it, I'm losing it. You gotta do 1 that goes through 1. Again, I think I'm making my stitches too tight, but that was also a problem for me when I started knitting. Okay. Eh. Here we go. Let's pass that through 1. Okay, I feel like I probably shouldn't have to like lift the stitch. I think that's like a me problem though. Here we go. 1, 2. Like this? I mean, we're certainly getting somewhere, right? Like, there is stitches definitely going in the other direction. If this is what they're supposed to look like is maybe besides the point, but we're certainly going in a direction. You're using the needle too much like it's a knitting needle. It's a lot easier to work with if you keep the yarn still and taut and move the needle instead. Ah, okay. I'm in knitting brain mode. Eh, 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 eh. Hold on. Am I in the right one? Yeah, this is the correct one. Yeah. Here's your dose of eggy noises for the morning. Oof, ah, ooh, 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 ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, oh, 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 oh. It's progress. Please open the PDF. Robert's like begging me. Hold on. Where did I put Twitter? I've already told you I have like way too many things open. Let's see. Where did I put Twitter? Okay, it's in my DMs. Here it is. And can I move this tab open to the other window so that you guys may all see it? Chrome says no. Okay. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, maybe if I... Oh, there we go. Okay, crochet made easy. Beginner basics. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I've already started, so I'm going to keep going with what I already have. Because, again, I've gone this far. But yes, thank you for sending, though. I was going to look up, like, photo tutorials if the video tutorials weren't working out, but... Here we go. So, I already picked that up. So next would be this. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, there we go. I got it. There we go. I think I'm getting it, sort of. I think I skipped a stitch somewhere. Or I think my... Oh, you know what? I think it's because I did the first chain so tightly and now it's like loosening. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Here you go. Look at the holding the yarn section first. Yarn over, chain stitch, holding the yarn. Okay. Oh, now I see what you mean by you're thinking too much like knitting. So I gotta hold it like a pencil. Sort of? Or the knife grip, which is like this. Okay. Okay, so that was kind of how I was doing it before. To maintain the slight tension in the yarn necessary for even stitches. Oh, I see. I'm not sure I let... Let's see. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this. I'm not sure I'm a fan of having it, like, in one hand like this. Yeah, this is gonna take a while to get used to. I am already not a fan. I'm not a fan. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Was that the end? Which way am I going again? Oh, here we go. I still got a couple more. Yeah. The left hand keeps that yarn and feeds it. She hates crocheting. No, it's because I don't... The left hand... No, it's because, okay, I'm not used to working where everything, like, because with knitting, both sides matter, right? Like, knitting is moving stitches from, like, the left needle to the right needle, right? And so both hands are kind of equally important. You need both. So the fact that, like, everything is happening from the right side is, like, I'm sure I'll get used to it eventually. I just don't like it. I'm also getting nervous about what will happen when I have to, like, turn the yarn again. Here we go. Was that the end of the... No, there's still one more. Still one more. Okay. Both hands matter with crochet. Your needle goes on the right, the yarn is on your left. The left keeps the tension. Ah, I see. I'm still passing it over with my right, though. Okay. So then we're going back to this side. So I'm assuming I need to go into... Hold on a second. Have to go into the one next to it, not the one that you just did. Oh, but wait, hold on. I still need to make this one... Why is there still 2 stitches on here? Why is there still 2 stitches on here? Am I a fool? Am I foolish? I'm passing it through both, was I not? Ah, there we go. I was foolish. 4th place, time focusing on crocheting. Rip, such as Zhang. Okay. I'm really noticing how much tighter I did the first row. Oof, okay. Yeah, it seems like knitting instinct. It really is. Like, I'm not... Here we go. So, it's not the one you just did, it's the one next to it. So it's this one that I need to pick up. And then it's like... It's from the back, so it's like this, question mark? From one. And through both. Oh, I see. I think we're getting somewhere. These are all really uneven, though, so it's going to be hard to figure out which one to pick up. I think. So next it would be... this? I think I'm definitely skipping stuff. I think there's definitely stitches that I'm missing. Wait, hold on. Hold on, hold on. My brain is still in knitting mode where, like, everything needs to be on the needle when you're finished. Okay. I think I'm achieving marginally more success than before in that, like, there is a second row. But I'm not sure I did that right. There we go. Well, the yarn has 5 illustrations and text. I know, but, like, I'm starting. I'm doing this as I go. I'm going to be restarting a lot, and you're just going to have to put up with it. Because, again, if I was trying to do this, fast and accurately, I would not be doing it while streaming. But, okay, so this is where the video got me. Let me see if I can... Let me see where the text will get me. Oh, yeah, unravel this. Okay. So, when working and starting chain, you may work with 1 or 2 strands. You may like to work with a bump on the back of the chain. Okay. So, slip stitch. Okay. Oh, chain stitch, right. This is like the base. So foundation chain, pull the loop through the circle. I know how to do slip knot. Okay. Insert the hook in the loop. Pull gently, even tight. Okay. No, this is just like, okay, yarn over. Wrap the yarn from the back to the front. So yeah, that's what I was doing before. Over the hook. This movement is called yarn over. Yeah, that's what I was doing before. Chain stitch. Yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop already on the hook. Be careful not to tighten. Yeah, there we go. That was my mistake. Repeat step 1 to form the number of chains specified in the instructions. Do not count the slip knot or the loop on the hook as a stitch. Okay. So I had that part down. Like, that part wasn't the problem at all. It was too tight, I think, was the problem. I was at least on the right track there, I think. Hi, how's crocheting going? How are you making? I'm just trying to make a square. I've knitted for a long time. I've never crocheted. I don't like the way they ask you. Like, okay. I don't like having to hold it like this. I'm not a fan. This doesn't compute to my knitting brain. So you pass it over with the left. So the Hello Kitty keyboard, thanks. I also have the Sailor Moon. My mouse pad is Sailor Moon. Yeah. I think the illustrations are misleading. Yeah, well the thing is like, I'm not sure if this is written for people who are right-handed or left-handed. Because like, here when it shows like the hook, right? That's right hand. That's the right hand, right? But when it shows holding the yarn, it shows the hook in the left hand, which is confusing because I was under the impression that you hold the hook in your right hand. Maybe if I read the words. Wrap the yarn, okay. Because yeah, it doesn't specify in the instructions like which one. I guess because some people are right-handed and some people are left-handed, right? So they don't want to like specify in case it confuses people who are like using the other side. So the left-hand middle finger is used to manipulate the yarn, while the work finger and thumb... Okay, so it's like this. Like this? I think. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this. I hate... Oh, no. No, not... I just got my finger stuck in it. I just got my finger stuck. Yeah, that's just for starting, I think. Yeah. These are just pretty bad. Left-hand crocheting and right-handed crocheting are pretty different. Yeah, because I know for knitting, like, I know left-handed and right-handed knitting, if you're trying to teach somebody, like, I know for me, both my mom and my grandma are both left-handed, but I'm right-handed. So I know that they had a little trouble explaining it to me. And even now, like, if I need help with something, I don't ask either of them. I just look it up online because I know that, like, if they try to explain it to me, they're going to be doing it, like, backwards. But I know the instructions themselves for knitting are more or less the same. It's just that you start on a different needle, right? Like, if you're right-handed, then you start putting your stitches on one side, and then if you're left-handed, you do it the other way. She hates it. I hate it. Like a pencil. But why? Like this? Oh wait, no, I'm doing this too tight. Hold on. Because it would make more sense if I hold on to this part with like my pinky, right? To keep that, like, keep it from getting too tight, and then do this, right? That makes more sense, right? I think. But either way, now we have a chain. We have like an actual workable chain, I think. Yeah. I've never needed to hold the needle like in my left for the setup. Yeah. You can hold the hook like a knife too. It doesn't need to be like a pencil. Okay, because like how I hold my needles is like, okay, hold on. I have knitting needles right here. I can probably show. Because knitting needles is like this. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can I pull these out without, like, making everything fall over? Here we go. Knitting needles is kind of like this, right? Like, you... I'm trying to, like, do this without actually knitting. Like, you gotta, like, put this in here, and then, like, have it, like, come around, and then, like, if you need to put stuff on the other needle, it's like this. I've just started a row out of nothing, right? But it's like this, because you have to have two of them, and you're kind of holding it like this. But, like, in my mind, I'm like, would it make more sense? Maybe it's just, again, my knitting brain is doing this. Yeah. Because, like, what is knife grip, anyway? I'm so confused. Yeah, knife grip. Because, yeah, I'm like... I feel like I need to have my hand over this side or it's not going to work. Like, it's just not going to be comfortable. Or it's going to be harder to control. So the chain stitch was not what I was having issues with. So, may like to work into the bump on the back of the chain. This forms an even, stretchy bottom edge that is ideal for garments. Whichever method of working to the foundation you choose, be consistent, work all pieces of a project in the same manner. Whether the basic stitches are worked into a starting chain or worked into the previous rows, the method is the same. So slip stitch. So, insert the hook into the work as directed in the pattern. Okay. I think we got this far last time too. So, yarn over and pull it through in one movement. Why is this here? Work into previous rows, yarn over and pull the yarn through. I don't think this matters to us right now. Wait, hold on. It might be easier to imagine your left index finger as another needle. Ah. Okay. No, I see. Oh, okay, they're trying to, like, teach you the stitches one by one. But what I need is, like, you know, something in order. Stitches is used for joining, shaping, and where necessary to move the yarn to another part of the fabric for the next step. Okay. So yarn over and pull in one movement. To join the chain ring with a slip stitch. We're doing a ring now? I guess... Hold on, I'm gonna see what happens if I just do this. Like, if I just do chain stitches the whole way through. Like, am I gonna get a square? But we still have to deal with the matter of this. Like... I guess I just do what I was doing before? Right. Like this? Because I feel like it feels weird to do everything twice. It feels like I shouldn't need to do that. Yeah, has stitches related to the foundation chain? No, I don't think that's... I don't think you're understanding what my problem is here. I don't think you're understanding what my problem is here. Yeah, I think you're misunderstanding what the issue is here. Yeah, got ready to work. Feel free to hit me if you want to learn crocheting off stream. Thank you. Thank you for offering. I'm trying to... I'm sure, I mean, if I could figure out knitting, I could figure out this too, but... Yeah, Robert, I don't think you get what the problem is here. The problem is, once I turn it around, I need to know, like, what to do next, which this document doesn't tell me. This document doesn't tell me. Because if I'm just trying to make a basic square, like, what I'm trying to do is just knit, basically do the equivalent of just knitting rows. Like, just knitting rows upon rows. So this goes in and teaches you how to do the individual stitches, but it doesn't tell you how to do them in succession, right? Like, insert the hook into the work. Okay. Yarn over again and pull it through the hook. One stitch made. Okay. So, okay, so I was doing it right. So I was doing it right. I think. Yeah, I was doing it right there. Okay. Yeah. Oh, for basics, we're just single crochet across the foundation chain. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to make another foundation chain. It's a good thing I haven't gotten very far because I've had to like unravel it every time I start over. Okay, I'm not even counting the stitches at this point. I'm just like making a number. Because at this point, the number doesn't really matter. What matters is that I just can follow it up, right? Because I'm not working from a pattern here. So then I have to like... It's not the one that you just did. It's the one before that. So this one. I slide into like the top part. Okay. Then yarn around. Okay. So yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over again and pull both loops. So yarn a loop, yarn over again, 2 loops. Okay. Then to just do it over and over, I have to like grab the next one. Am I skipping them? That's the thing. I need to figure out what... Because this was the one we pulled from, I think, right? Yeah, that's the one we pulled from. So it'd be this one next, question mark. Big, big question mark. Here we go. This. One loop. Like this. 2 loop. I mean, I think we're getting somewhere. That certainly is some kind of chain. But I think I'm screwing this up again somehow, because I don't know how I managed to only have 1 loop there. Hold on. I passed it through both loops, did I not? The answer is I did not. Okay. Wait, no, wait a second. Hold on. Oh, I'm stupid. I gotta do them one at a time. Okay, there we go. I am silly. Okay, that was knitting logic. That was knitting brain. That was knitting brain there. Okay. Can you count out how many chain stitches? I haven't been counting because it's besides the point. Because like when learning to knit, I don't think I counted either. I know you're not supposed to like lose stitches, I guess, but for now what matters is that I'm making a pattern, and that's what matters. I just realized I went back to doing it the old way. Hold on. Here we go. 1, 2. I mean, something's getting done. There we go. 1. Loop around. 1, 2. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. That's a consistent pattern. That's a very consistent pattern. Don't let go of the crochet needle. Okay. Yeah, that's a consistent pattern. We're getting somewhere. Here we go. We're having more success than we did before. Go through one. Loop it again. 1, 2. Okay. Clap, clap, next stitch. One. Loop. 2. Bloop. No! Loop. And loop, 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 loop. There we go. It was tough, but we survived. Here we go. 1. Loop. 2. Loop. Loop. There we go. I see, and then we can get it going around the other way. Yeah, we're more successful than last time, I think. Like, this is consistent, I think. This is pretty consistent. So what I have to do is pass it through here. And not do that. Here we go. Loop. 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 There we go. You keep knitting bit. I keep knitting a bit? Loop. 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 I mean, I think I'm getting somewhere though, right? Okay, here. Loop. Here. Loop, 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 loop. Loop. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna drink some water. All right. Back to this. I'm accomplishing things, I think. But the things that I was supposed to accomplish? Maybe not. But I guess time will tell. My concern is whether I'm going into the correct part of the stitches when I go to do this part. Like, am I plunging my hook into the right part? One, two. Okay, one more. And we flip it again. This is progress. This is progress, I think. Here we go. 1, 2. See, this is something, right? This is something. I think. I'm gonna close the tutorial for now. Goodbye. Okay. I'll bring it back if I need it. Yeah, because this looks like something so far, right? This is something. This looks like a crocheted pattern, I think. It's a nib. I don't know where you're at. I'm at the third row. I haven't, again, like, I've just been doing single stitches, like the single crochet all the way through. I've just been doing that the whole way through. You're doing very well. Thank you, I think. Yeah, but I've just been doing that the whole way through, and I think I've gotten the hang of it. Or hold on, no. Left hand. It's gotta be left hand. Has to be left hand. What if I do this, and then I go back to knitting, and I forget how to knit? Like, what then? What if there's only room for, like, one space for one in my brain? Like, what if my brain is currently, like... Every time I, like, move the yarn with my left hand, my brain is, like, deleting my knitting muscle memory. I'm gonna go back to knit, and it's gonna be like, there's just nothing there. I'm just gonna get, like, an error message. I'm gonna get, like, 404 coming from my brain. Which stitch did you do on top of the foundation row? It's been single crochet. Single crochet the whole time. Because again, that's what the YouTube tutorial was showing me too, was single crochet. So I think I'm just going to start simple and make just like a whole square of single crochet. Just a small little square of single crochet. And then I can move on to more complicated things. Is that the end of the row? Is that really the end of the row? That can't possibly be the end of the row. There's gotta be one more. If there's not one more, then I'm gonna invent it. Here we go. I've invented a new row. Which I believe is just called crocheting a new row. There we go. And now we can turn it around. And this is certainly something. This is certainly one of the pieces of all time. No more knitting, just crocheting forever. I'm so sorry. Did I mess something up? Did I mess something up? Knitting brain seems strong. The knitting brain... Am I not supposed to think in rows for crochet? Because, like, I know for knitting, it's like, yeah, do this for, like, 10 rows. Is it not like that for crochet? Eh. Because, like, this is certainly something. There is a consistent pattern. But yeah, knitting brain is pretty strong. But I've also been knitting for a very long time. Like, I guess... I made my first scarf in, what, like 20... I mean, I guess it's been on and off, so it's hard to say. But, like, my first scarf I made in 2014. And then my first... I tried to make other scarves throughout, like, 2016, 2017, but I don't think I ever finished those. I made my first sweater in 2020. I guess I made my first plushie. My first plushie might have actually been the rat. Like the rat that I made for Bodega. I think that might have been my first plushie, actually. And that was, what, like 2022? Rats. Yeah, I think you're supposed to think in the stitches and how they get weaved in. There we go. One more. I'm happy with my music choice this morning. This is like Animal Crossing cafe jazz, and it's turning out quite nicely, I think. 1, 2. There we go. I think I've lost a stitch here and there. But again, it's consistent. It looks consistent. It's not like lumpy or anything. I think. Unless, hold on, is this part in the middle supposed to be like this? Because again, this is also knitting brain. This is knitting brain. But like, when you knit, right? Like, hold on, do I have anything? Oh, maybe, oh, right, okay. Here's my AI generated bear from the other day. You see how like, when you knit, right? When you do the same thing each row, or actually no, the legs are a good example, okay? When you do the same thing each row, you get this like lumpy texture, like what you have here, right? Because if you stretch it out, you'll see like, okay, this side is then the stitches are here, the bump is here. Then there's like kind of a gap here because the stitches are on the back on that side. And then the stitches are here on the front. So I'm assuming with crochet it's like that too, right? Like you're kind of alternating between rows because if you do the same thing every row, sometimes it's going to be in the front, sometimes it's going to be on the back. That is knitting brain. Is it not supposed to be like that? Am I a fool? Because I'm looking at these and it kind of looks the same. Like you see how there's like a bump in the front here? And then if you flip it over, then there's like a bump in the back. Is this powerful? Is this all powerful knitting brain? My eggy brain is full of knitting. Yeah, it's ChatGPT Teddy. Yeah, there we go. Yep. I might give him ears. I feel like he deserves the dignity of at least having ears. You know? He deserves ears. But yeah, like for this... Hold on, I'm gonna look up what a single crochet single stitch square. Like, what is this supposed to look like? Because I'm getting like granny squares. Oh goodness, okay. Oh, Hoomst? Hoomst just sprouted? Dust in, thank you for sprouting. Which I'm assuming is Dustin. Okay, so I'm realizing I think it's not supposed to look this way. But I think I know what I'm doing wrong. I think I figured out what I'm doing wrong. I think, maybe. Oh, you know what? I think I know what I'm doing wrong. Or maybe I am doing it right. Hold on. Let's see. Well, maybe. Maybe not. Because look. You guys see that? Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Where is it? Here we go. Window capture. Yeah, like, if you take a look, like, you'll see that it's kind of... There's kind of like a stripe there. Like, there is kind of raised parts. But I think, yeah, I might be in knitting brain mode. I might have I think I knit brained this. So what are you doing wrong? I think when I go to lift, because you know when you like lift from here, right? I've been going from the back. Like, I've been going from the same part every single time. I'm not sure if that's what you're supposed to do or if there's some rows where you're supposed to take from the front. Like this. Instead of like this. You know? That's what I think I might be doing row. Can you spot the foundation row in the image? Is it it's here, isn't it? It's here. I just realized you can't see my cursor because I didn't turn that on. Here we go. Yeah, I knit brained this. You know, I'm gonna try a row like this just to see what happens. I'm gonna try a row like this. If I take from the front, just to see if that fixes anything. Because I know that can be an important thing in knitting. My brain is full of yarn, but it's the wrong kind of yarn. What? I could have sworn there was more stitches than this. I think I've lost stitches. I think I've lost stitches. I think we're losing stitches. I am falling. I am fading. This made no difference and I lost half my stitches. What happened? Okay, yeah, I'm starting over. I'm starting over. I have no idea where did I go wrong? What went so wrong? Did I miss something somewhere? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see the mouse. Yeah, I realize I didn't turn on my... I don't have the cursor visible. Because I always find that that looks annoying when you see it on screen. Alright, let's start another chain. So that's 1. Oh wait, no, that doesn't count as 1. This is 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Ooh, it's wide. 8. Let's do 12. 9. 10. 11. 12. Okay. So this is 12, a chain of 12. Okay. So please look at the holding section again. Because I'm doing like this, like knife grip. And I'm holding on to the little grippy part. Oof, hold on. Yeah, I'm holding on to the little grippy part. And... what I don't understand is why they show it to you with... Hold on, I need to make it actually visible again. I don't understand why they show it to you with this in here, though. Because that's not how you hold it, usually, is it? Like this? I just realized this is also not visible now. Hold on. Oh wait, no, I can just make this smaller. Here we go. Yeah, so it's like this. Like this? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. It's like, yeah. It's like the needle pulls the yarn from the line that's fed by the left hand. I'm not a fan, I think. Not a fan of doing it like this. Because my question is, what do I do when it gets bigger, right? Because it's easy to hold it like this when it's a chain, but once it gets bigger, like once you have like a more substantial piece, I feel like that's when I'm also not sure what to do with it. So... yeah. So slip stitch. It's like this, I think. Left hand pointer and thumb hold the object, I think, and the thread gets fed over the middle finger. What? Okay, so left hand pointer and thumb, it gets fed over the middle finger. Oh, I don't like that at all. Oh no, I don't like. Do I have to do it like that? I hate that. I hate that. I hate that so much. No. I don't have that. The thing is that I feel like with my left hand, I don't have dexterity. Well, it's not like I don't have dexterity, but like I don't have the necessary amount of dexterity in any fingers other than these. Like, I can't even do the live, like my hands are not like, I can't even do like the live long and prosper thing. Like I can't do the Star Trek hand thing. My ring finger just does not, like, it doesn't have that kind of dexterity. And neither does my middle finger on my own if these two fingers are off doing their own thing. Like, oh no, I hate that. No, don't make me do that. Please don't make me do that. I'd rather do it like this. Like, pointer finger and these two, because like, yeah. Ever wonder why I don't play that many instruments? I hate it. It's true, Azurblast. I hate it. Is it me or is that camera kind of crooked? It's because the keyboard's crooked. It's because the keyboard's crooked. Strong knitting muscles, zero crochet muscles. Here's the thing. Knitting muscles, let me pull out the needles again so I can show you. Knitting muscles, you don't need your third fingers at all. Like, you could probably knit. Somebody who's missing like half their fingers could probably still knit. Because like, you don't really need anything other than like again, here's my like, yeah, you don't really need anything other than like, well, I'm gonna make a fake loop. Here we go. You straight up just don't need anything, like, other than maybe these two fingers and, like, enough fingers to hold onto the needles. Because, like, look, I'm holding onto the needles with these. But, like, I'm not actually manipulating the yarn with anything but these two. I know some people like to do it another way where they, like, use their third finger. I hate that. I don't like that. I don't want to do it. But, yeah, like, you see, like... It's two fingers entirely. Like, you could lose half your fingers, and as long as you still have, like, thumbs, and you have enough, like, at least one finger to hold the needle itself, you don't actually need that much. Yeah. Don't do it like this. Wait, am I knitting wrong, too? Am I knitting wrong, too? Yeah, wrapping the yarn around the needle with the left hand might mess it up. Crocheting abandoned, return to knitting. Hold on. Because, like... yeah, with the left hand might mess it up. Hold on, I'm gonna make this longer. So it's 13... 14... 15... Okay, yeah. Ah, so you're supposed to, like, dip it in then, right? Ah, I think I see. You, like, take it and then you, like, dip it instead of, like, wrapping the thing around itself. I know some people actually do that for knitting. Like, they will, like, dip it, kind of. But... like this. Okay, so you gotta like I see. I still don't like it, but I understand it now. You know? Like this. And you gotta like hold this. And then dip it, kinda. Then do this. And this. I see! Okay, I see. Here we go. I don't like it, but I see. Here we go. Whoa. Oh god, we rotated. We rotated. Here we go. What happened here? Hold on. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that I think this looks more like how it's supposed to look, I think. I think I screwed up somewhere, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, I think that's more how it's supposed to look. Did anyone show you knitting? When you pull it in, might rather do it like pulling it in or turning it, pulling it left or right. Maybe. But I'm not going to worry about that for now. I just realized I did it wrong again. But, like, if it's a simple stitch, it can't be that complicated, right? Like, I don't think pulling it left or right. Because if I'm doing it from the top each time... Because, like, I just turned this to make it easier to get in. Once it turns, I don't think it makes a difference, does it? Like, that's not really me pulling it in left or right. It's mostly just me pulling it in... Like, it's just, I'm just wiggling it. I'm just wiggling. This is where everybody would spam their wigglies if we had any on YouTube. I don't know. Tell all your friends to watch Nice Eggy so we can have wigglies on this channel. They're not gonna wiggle because I don't know if Twitch, if YouTube supports animated emotes. But, you know. We'll have them. We'll have wigglies. At least something resembling them, you know? The wiggly. Crocheting is complicated because there's like 10 basic stitches. 10 basic stitches. 10 of them? I mean, I guess knitting. Well, knitting I feel like is like 2 basic stitches. There's like knitting and purling, and then everything else. There's a few other ones that's like, you know, like adding a stitch and like decreasing, and but like everything else is just like a variation. A lot of it is just a variation on those two. It's like, oh yeah, this is like knit 2 together, which is just knitting, but like you pass it through 2 stitches instead of 1. It's just a variation on that, you know? Yeah, BTTV can get wigglies to YouTube. I will look into that, because that is very important for everybody. Because yeah, mostly I've been streaming on YouTube because I want to be able to... I figure this is a faster way than other possible ways to get to monetization, because I want to be able to have like actual emotes on this channel, and I also want to be able to, you know, it's monetization. I want you to be able to super chat your Oshi, you know, because like monetization on Twitch, honestly, like the bar, I don't want to say the bar is very low because that makes it sound like it's like, oh, anybody can do this. What I'm saying on Twitch is that, like, because, like, to hit affiliate, right? Like, you need a certain number of hours streamed, and you need to stream on a certain number of days. But, like, the bar for being able to earn money on Twitch is 3 viewers. Like, you just need 3 people, an average of 3 people. Which, again, when you're first starting out, getting to 3 people is a lot. Like, it took me a few months to get to 3 people on Twitch. But, like, you know, if you somehow have 3 friends who are willing to, like, lurk in your chat for while you're live, like, you can hit affiliate fairly quickly, right? But YouTube, the standards are a lot higher. He wants to Akaspas, yeah. We have to contact the Unicode Consortium and get them to add wigglies. Unicode wigglies. But yeah, no. Gotta have the Akasupas. Gotta make 5 cents of ad revenue. Because, yeah, I guess Twitch, it's like... I don't know how much you earn once you are monetizable on YouTube. Because, like, on Twitch, it's not a matter of... Because, like, you can be monetizable and still make nothing, right? Because, like, you can be an affiliate, but if no one is subscribing, then, like, you're not really gonna... You know, you might make 10 cents of ad revenue, right? But... Yeah. Partners, basically, you are breaking even. Yeah. Partner is a lot harder to get. I don't know if I'll ever get partner, but it's not really a priority for me. Like, if I was trying to become a wealthy egg, via streaming, I would have given up a long time ago. You know? Like, For me right now at this moment, I don't know. Maybe someday it will change if everyone suddenly... Like, basically what I'm saying is, like, unless suddenly everyone begins watching EGGY. Like, this is a monetizable hobby, right? Like, this is a fun thing I do in my spare time that just so happens to occasionally turn a few dollars. Invest in EGGY stocks now. EGGY will be partner. Trust. I don't know, actually. Lately, it seems since I've come back, like, I really started to notice it in November. That, like, at least on Twitch, my numbers were a lot better. And I don't really know what happened, because I don't think I did anything especially different in November. Like, nothing unusual happened in November, but, like, right prior to starting my job. Like, obviously they dipped a bit when I had my job because my schedule changed, but yeah, prior to that, I was, like, highest numbers I've ever been for no apparent reason. Yeah, first step is being consistent. Yeah, just maybe consistency. Yeah, because I've noticed higher numbers lately, ever since I've come back from MagFest as well. Like, I think right now like, my average view count is higher than it's ever been, which is interesting. I think it's interesting too, though, because, like, I've technically had high numbers in the past. It's just that, like, those numbers came from, like, because you know how, like, Twitch is, like, an average of over a month, right? So, like, let's say you had a bunch of streams where the average was, like, 25 viewers, right? And then there was, like, one stream where you had, like, a special event, or you got, like, a really big raid or something. And then you had an average of, like, 75. So, like, when that works out, it's gonna seem like you've had a much higher average than you actually had, but it's just, like, one or two streams that were just, like, really boosting it, right? But I feel like now it's, like, more consistently... Like, I'm not necessarily in new number territory. It's just that, like, the numbers that I have are, like, consistently higher. Like, instead, I'll have an average of, like, you know, like 40 something. And it's not because I had one stream where, like, everyone tuned in. It's because I'm having about 40 something people per stream, which is new, I think. But yeah, November is very EGGY core. Is it? I'm not a fan of November, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a fan. I think November, at least where I live, maybe November is better where you live. Because I know November in Japan was alright too. But November where I live is a very gross month. March and April, like March and early April as well. Because, like, fall in EGGY City is a very quick thing. Like, in the fall, in, like, you know, late September, early October, the leaves start to change, right? The leaves start to turn orange, and everything's very pretty, and you can go outside in a sweater, and you can enjoy your, like, pumpkin spice latte and whatever. But November is a very gross month, because all the leaves are gone. Like, the orange leaves maybe last for, like, 2 weeks, right? So it's November, the leaves are gone, but the snow hasn't fallen yet. So basically, everything is just brown mud. Like, it's raining, maybe it's starting to snow, it's too cold for sweaters, you gotta pull out your actual winter coat. Like, November is a very gross month. And same with March. Because, like, March is like, okay, the snow is starting to melt, you know, but, you know, no grass has sprouted yet. It's gray, it's brown. All the garbage that people threw out in the winter because they just assumed more snow would fall on top is now... Like, the snow is melting and you can see all of it again. It's a very gross month. Like, if you came to visit EGGY City in that month and you're like, wow, I hate this here, I would not blame you. Yeah, lurker acquisition is mysterious. Very true. Very true, actually, now that you say that. Because, like, my numbers are almost... I checked the other day. Because I think my highest numbers before I left for Japan were, like, August of 2022. And my numbers currently are, like, double what they were then, but the subscriber count is the same. So it's true, I have acquired lurkers, I think. I have I have acquired lurkers. Yeah. More people hanging out for Eggy instead of what Eggy's doing, a higher average generally means. That's true. That's true. I mean, I know everybody likes the Zhong. Did I screw this up somehow? Hold on. Everyone loves the Zhong. I know that for sure. The Zhong stream viewership is very good. Oh, do I need to start here, maybe? Hold on. This may screw me over. This almost certainly will screw me over. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I am doing it right. Nope. Okay, looks like I did it right. We're all good. Maybe that's why I was losing stitches before. Oh, hold on. There we go. Either way, this square isn't going to be perfect, but it's my first time, so... It never was going to be perfect, you know? Well, maybe... Well, actually, okay, no, actually, I think I'm on the right track. I think I'm on the right track. I might be on the right track. It's the pesky hooking, you know? There we go. Get niche Zhong community. I lurk a lot, but that's because I love listening to Eggy while I work. I know that's true for a lot of people. I know because of my time, like my time slot. I'm sure if I streamed in the evening, I would probably have a more, like, my chat would be even more active somehow, I think. Because I know streaming in the morning means that, like, the eggplants are working. And that's understandable. The eggplants are at work. They are working very hard. So it's okay if they're not chatting. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. I think we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I get a neuro like I watch Eggy and Bobeba stream us both directly into your brain at the same time. Oh god. I think you'd get a headache. Or maybe it would balance out, because Bodega's much higher energy than I am. Like, Bodega's high energy, and I'm lower energy, so maybe it would balance out, and you get, like, an average energy streamer. But, like, what are you gonna get? Like, Bodega's, like, super fast Vocaloid background music, and then you have, like, my, like, slow Animal Crossing jazz, and then you go insane. Speaking of work, I just got out of a meeting. Happy to see progress. Yeah! Hope you had a nice and good meeting. I hope your meeting was nice and good. Or at least as nice and good as, like, a work meeting can be. Yeah. Such is uneggployment. Yeah. I think my job hasn't figured out that I'm actually an eggplant yet. You've covered up, like, the petals nicely. You're like, oh, these are my hair. These are my hair. Yeah. You are knitting. Am I knitting again? Man, I thought I was crocheting. It looks good, doesn't it? It looks kind of nice. I'm gonna do a few more rows like this. I'm gonna do a few more rows like this because I think I'm onto something. I think I'm onto something. Just to split my essence into two, my Eggy enjoying self and my Beba enjoying self. No, you see, your Eggy enjoying self is for when you're sleepy, and then your Bobeba self is for when you're awake. I'm the slep streamer, and Bobeba's the awake streamer. This is like, I don't know, the yin and yang of VTubing. Sometimes we are slippy. Sometimes we are awake. See, I think I'm doing it right for the most part. I think I screwed up somewhere. But like this looks closer to... This looks closer to what I'm seeing here. I think. Like... Yeah, it looks nice and good. Yeah, also nice Eggy. Hello, Wild Sevens. I am the nice Eggy. What is it? Oh, aloe. Sorry, I thought you said also nice Eggy, and I'm like, also what? Also, yes. Good morning. I'm trying to learn to crochet to a moderate amount of success. Maybe was that the wrong stitch? No, maybe that was the right one. Okay. And I'm knitting again. I just realized I'm knitting again. Hold on. Looks nice, but what stitches are you doing? You let go of the work piece a lot and no yarn feeding. I have to let go of the work piece because otherwise I feel like I can't like insert this. I'm just doing single stitches. This is just single stitches. Although I'm feeling bad because if you can't figure out what kind of stitches I'm doing, then maybe I am screwing up harder than I thought. But like it looks alright so far. It looks more like the square that I was seeing in the picture, right? Like, I feel like the yarn feeding, the way I was doing it before, gets harder. The longer into this you go. Hold on. I screwed up somewhere. Give me a second. Uh-oh. Oh no, okay, this is salvageable. There we go. Okay, so I did do it right the first time. Okay, there we go. Yeah. What if Eggy and Bobiba are collabing? That becomes a mix of both. That's true. I mean, to be fair, I feel like when you collab with somebody, you kind of try to match their energy, right? So like Bobiba, I feel like when I collab with Bobiba, we're simultaneously like I'm trying to be higher energy to match the Bobiba, and then Bobiba's kind of trying to calm herself down to match the Eggy. So I think collabs, it goes both ways, you know? I feel like that's the case for everybody, right? Like, I feel like figuring out, like, good collab dynamics comes down to, like, how well can you match the other person's energy, right? It's something I definitely need to work on. I keep being like, oh, I need to collab with more people, and then I just don't. Because it turns out when you want to collab with people, you have to actually, like, ask them. I don't know, asking for... Okay, here's the thing for me. Asking people to collab is not that hard, I think. Like... I don't have any trouble going into someone's DMs being like, hey, do you want to play this or that sometime? I don't have any trouble with that. For me, the problem is like, it's like, okay, the day the collab has come, you gotta hop into a Discord call. The stream has not started yet. What do? That's what gets me nervous, is like being like, okay, stream hasn't started yet. You're just kind of making small talk while you're waiting to start. And then also like right afterwards. Those are like the two things where I'm like, someone say collab? Collab your hands. But I don't know. I also only really collab with people that I already know, well, or at least sort of know, like people I've met in some way on some occasion. Like, I remember seeing on Twitter people being like, oh, I had this terrible collab experience with this person that I met for the first time, and I'm like, well, why would you collab with someone that like you've never met? Like, to me, it's just like, I feel like unless you know the person, you're not going to know if you have like a good dynamic, right? Am I just sideways knitting? Hold on, I'm gonna look at the picture again. Is this what you meant? Is this what you meant, Robert, by you were knitting? Because this just looks like sideways knitting. But maybe that's just what crochet is. Maybe crochet is just sideways knitting. Because like this looks like okay, compare this to like, I guess it's hard to see on this, but compare it to like this. This is just the same pattern. This is just the same pattern, but like sideways. A lot of people want the collab experience. The collab experience is make friends first. Again, to me, it's more just like a logic thing, because like, I understand wanting to do more collabs, right? Here, I'm just gonna move this off the screen. I'm not gonna close it, I'll just move it. Because like, I can understand people being like, oh, I want to do more collabs, but I don't know anybody, so but to me, I'm like, you know, at least play the game together off stream first. Like... I don't know. I know there's been a few big discussions recently about like, oh, collab etiquette. And I don't know, a lot of it just seems like common sense to me. Like, yeah, you know, don't say inappropriate things on the guests. Like, you know, if you're on someone else's channel, don't say inappropriate things. It's like, well, yeah. Uh-huh. Or like... Be polite to your guests. You're like, yeah, sure, hope you do. Grandma Pilled, yeah. I'm sure there are some people who'd love to collab with you. I know definitely there is. It's also kind of like a time... Well, it's time zones and time slots. Because my usual time slot lately has been kind of 10 a.m. to 1 or 2 p.m. or so, right? So I'm kind of morning time slot, but it's morning EST. So... if the person I'm collabing with lives in Pacific time, that's already an issue, because I'm like, okay, I don't want to make anybody wake up at like 7 a.m. just for a collab, right? So that's the first problem. And then the second problem is a lot of people are working at this time. Like I said earlier, I know a lot of the eggplant viewership is people watching me at work. But this also applies to VTubers, because VTubers, we are in fact employed many times. So unless it's somebody who either, you know, has a weird work schedule, like they work evenings or something, or it's somebody who like is a freelancer and they kind of have their own hours, like it's very difficult to schedule a collab stream in these hours. I know there's a few other people that kind of do these hours, but yeah, like I know Bodega is usually like early afternoon, but usually she's like open to doing mornings if you ask. But yeah, like I'm not gonna ask like other people, because like again, there's people I've talked to where we're like, we should do something sometime, and then we just like the time never works out. Like I want to collab with Nyaru, and we have talked about it once or twice. I want to collab with Mikan, and we have talked about it once or twice. But like, I don't know, man, time. It really is. Feels like people are treating collabs like a date where you're supposed to like get to know each other better, which is just an awful way to go about it for a collab. Exactly, because like the thing is with a collab, right, is that you're doing it in front of an audience. Like you're not doing it... It's one thing to be in a Discord call, right? It's one thing to be in a Discord call and like that's different, right? If you're just together in a chat, that's fine. But to do it in public, I think that's the thing, is like you want to know if you have a nice dynamic, and that's a really tough thing to try and figure out when you're doing it in front of an audience, right? Oh, I'm knitting again. Whoops. Yeah, 10 a.m. EST is like 3 p.m. UTC, 4 p.m. CET. I know Bodega was like, have you tried talking to the Europeans? I'm like, the Europeans are scary. But like, yeah, I know there are a lot of, there's a lot of people in Europe who, because like, yeah, this is like a more comfortable time slot for them. So yeah. If anybody knows a good British person or a good European, please let me know. Oh, I think I lost a stitch somewhere. It's fine. We're gonna keep going. It was never gonna be perfect. Yeah, Nyaru picked up Zhong. Yeah. She did. I know she's been zhonging. She's been zhonging with her. Whoops. Hold on. I know she zhongs like both. I think she does ranked on stream, but I think she also does like kind of community zhong. If that makes sense. Which I guess is also what I do. Mahjong Mondays is just community zhong. Communal zhonging. Man, I think I screwed up somewhere. I screwed up somewhere. It's all broken. Everything's broken. It's all falling apart. Yeah. The Europeans. Woo! Scary, scary Europeans. It's like, you want me to collab with the Europeans? But they speak like Swedish. How am I supposed to collab with someone who speaks German? It's all over. Ooh, flip the chessboard over. Yeah. Purity did some crafts. That's true. I wonder how... Yeah. How can you go for feeling out a good collab partner without doing a collab, I wonder? It's called Making Friends. It's called Making Friends. Like, I think... I'm trying to think of who my first collab was. Because I know, technically my first collab way back in the day was with... Like, my first few collabs were with people that I knew outside of VTubing originally, who then had started doing VTubing. So those are my first few collabs. But then after that, I'm trying to think, like, once I started meeting other VTubers who I had not met prior to VTubing, I think maybe Margot? I know I played Stardew Valley with Margot. Summer of 2021. Maybe that was the first one? But yeah, usually it's just like, you gotta find somebody who, like, you know, you're in a Discord call and you can talk easily, right? Like, the conversation flows well. You don't feel like you're struggling to come up with things in common or things to talk about, you know, stuff like that, you know? Kind of the same thing that you would when you're, like, you know, making a new friend, right? Like, can we talk well? Do we have things to talk about? Do our conversations flow well? Yeah. Making friends involves spotting bids for friendship and not accidentally shooting them down. I guess, yeah, that's true. But sometimes, like, shooting them down is... Because sometimes, like, things don't work. And there's also friends, too, that, like... Just because you're friends and you can talk together and, like... That doesn't always mean it's good collab partners just because of, like... I guess audience and... the vibe. Because I know Bodega has also said there's people that, like, she knew for a long time, but didn't really collab with for a while because, like, just the vibes of their streams were very different. Because, like, it's, again, like, you know, you have someone who's higher energy and someone who's lower energy, and even if you're good friends, then it's like, okay, well, what's our stream going to be like? I'm knitting again. I screwed up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, my friendly with Naro, there was another Azure I played. We were hit first and second. The Azure Alliance, the blue squad, the blue team. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, Freya Kumamori does the Moomin House kit. The Moomin House kit? Swedes might have good English. No, it's more just like, yeah. But I don't know what collabs will look like in the near future. I haven't, okay, so it's not official yet. This is like a soft announcement because, again, it's not official yet. But I think I mentioned this before, that I'm in the process of attempting to move to a different city. So what might happen later this month is I would go live with family. It's not official yet, we're still working out the details, but I would go live with family for a while, and then I would apply for jobs there. And then I would just kind of stick around until, I don't know, I guess I found a job or another place to live or whatever. So if I do that, it would be happening later this month. I don't think I would stop streaming. Like, I intend to keep streaming. I'm going to bring my laptop. I'm going to bring, you know, my silly little USB mic. I'll probably bring my webcam so that I can do, like, more hand cam stuff. But, yeah, basically it would just be kind of different for a while. Yeah, if I want to be friends with someone and you accidentally shoot the other person's bid for friendship down. Yeah, I guess, that's true. But yeah. I like to think I made friends in MechVets. I'd like to think so as well. But, yeah, so, but either, I'm wrong way. Here we go. Yeah, I don't think I would stop streaming, but yeah, no, the kinds of streams would probably change a little bit just because, like, games are harder to run. I'm still trying to figure out how I would do a setup for Mahjong Monday with my laptop. Like, maybe if I bring a second monitor, if I take one of my monitors with me. Because the thing that bugs me is I hate streaming when I only have one screen, right? Because here, when I'm streaming at home, right, like I have two monitors. I have the OBS on one side, and then I have everything else on the other. So if I'm playing a game, that's on this side. If I'm doing, like, you know, like right now I have my instructions on the other screen. Even if I'm doing, like, just chatting and I'm not doing anything else, I still like to have, like, Twitch or something open on this side. So, yeah. I'm wondering if you decided on city, but it makes sense if family lives there. Yeah, it's a bigger city. There's more opportunities. It's more expensive, but that seems to be, at this point, like, it's the only downside. There is no downsides for me to moving there aside from the price. So that's, like, you know, a risk I'm willing to take, I guess. Because, like, honestly, I don't even know it's that much more expensive than current EGGY City. And, like, for the prices that it costs to live in current EGGY City, I'd rather live somewhere better, I guess, if that makes sense. Yeah. Would you be asking too much if the time zone would change? Oh, absolutely not. Like, new EGGY City would be only... It's only, like, a few hours away. It's not far enough to result in a time zone change. Stream hours... I don't know if stream hours would change because, like... I know my grandma has, like, a much different... different sleeping schedule than, EGGY family does. So... that would mean that I probably could start later if I wanted to, because I'm not limited to not making noise at night. But yeah. If it's with family, yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah, that's what I figured. Because, like, I know I tried to move away from EGGY City to a different EGGY City back in the summer, I think. But, like, it didn't work out, and I think a lot of it was just, like, it's hard to get an apartment or, like, a place to live if you don't have a job, because they want some kind of proof of income. But it's hard to get a job if you don't live there, because companies want to hire people who can, you know, be there ASAP, especially if it's a job that is, you know, requires doing it in person, right? So I found personally that, like, it was kind of tough and I didn't really get anywhere, but, like, if I can move there, if I have somewhere to live for a little while, then it kind of simplifies it, right? But yeah, it's not for sure yet, though. Like, I've discussed it, but, like, we're still working out the details. And I don't know. The thing is too is right now I feel very stagnant in Eggy City, I guess. Like I'm applying for jobs, but like I'm not hearing back. And I just kind of sit at home. My mom wants me to go outside, but I don't know where to go because there's not really anywhere to go, you know? Like realistically, what am I going to do in Eggy City, you know? Like whether or not this will work out is a different question, but like at the very least I think I need to do something probably. Like I feel like I finished previous EGGY job and then I have no idea where to go from here. Yeah, it means more zhong at night. Yeah, maybe. I don't think I'll move it to the evening. I think I'll keep it in the morning just for the sake of consistency. But yeah, I just need to figure out how I would do it. Like, is it worth bringing my entire, like... Because obviously I'm not going to bring my PC with me, because that's a bit much. Like, I can survive with my laptop. There's a lot less that I can do with my laptop, but, like, if I can get a second monitor going, that might alleviate some issues. Yeah. Do you think City 2 or City 3 don't run danger of turning stagnant too? Well, the difference is that City 2 and City 3, well, I think the main thing here is just that, like, City 2 and City 3, I'd have to move out on my own, right? Because when I say stagnant, I mean, like, here in Eggy City, I am uneggployed. And, like, I've been uneggployed, like, even most of last year. I was kind of eggployed on and off, right? Like, I came back from Japan, it was, like, April. I looked for, like, full-time jobs, didn't find anything. Got a part-time job. Part-time job let me go a few months later. Didn't have a job for a while, tried to move to a different city. You know, got another part-time job in Eggy City, and then I got the full-time job in the fall. And it's like, okay, I have done nothing. I've done nothing. And, like, I don't know. I don't particularly like living in Eggy City, I think. That's the other thing. Is, like, the only reason I'm here is because, you know, my family lives here and I live with them. That's the only reason I'm here. Okay, so thing to work on for next time is not losing stitches at either of the ends, because I feel like I feel like I'm losing a lot. I feel like I've accidentally decreased stitches over and over. Yeah. The power of your laptop is important if you're going to stream. I don't know, I was looking at my laptop, because I think my laptop, I think I have the same amount of RAM. I think it's the CPU that's a bit weaker. Let me check. Let me just, like, open up the task manager. Let me speak with the task manager. Hold on. There we go. Let me speak with the task manager. Yeah, I think the CPU and GPU is better on this one, but it has the same amount of RAM. Like, my laptop's not bad. Especially, too, if I can figure out how to make certain things run. Like, for instance, when I try to run, like... Oh, what was that? I lost my train of thought. I can't run as much. Like, I can't do really, like, games or anything. But, like, I can survive. Especially, too, like, the reason why I use my phone for tracking when I'm using EGGY PC is that using my phone takes a lot of pressure off the PC. Because, like, VTube Studio becomes, like, half as heavy when you're tracking with a phone versus tracking with a webcam, you know? Okay. Thing to work on, turning, because I feel like it's so weird because I feel like I haven't lost any stitches on this side, but I've lost like I've been on like a steep decline on this side for no apparent reason. I'm not doing anything different when I turn it. I don't know why. Strange. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm missing a stitch at the end when I finish the previous row. Maybe that's why. Truly a mystery for another day. Maybe something to work out on my own. I'll probably crochet more tonight. Not on stream. Oops, I forgot to pick up. Forgot to pick something up. Yeah, I'll probably crochet more off stream tonight. Oh god, I'm losing it. Now I've lost it. There we go. Yeah, Zhang doesn't need much computer power. Yeah. And also, too, worst case scenario, I become a PNG for a while. Because, like, I think it depends after there. Because, like, currently the plan is to be there for at least a few weeks, right? But once I get more settled in, then I can decide, like, when is a good time to move in the EGGY PC. Like, when is a good time to get everything else, you know? Because I'm more or less just going... The plan is to go there with a suitcase, you know? If it happens at all. Maybe I'll do more knitting streams when I'm there, though. Because I know my grandma, she has a lot more yarn stuff. She's been trying to get rid of it because she hasn't really been able to use it in the past few years. But, I don't know. I'm hoping to get a lot... Maybe you can do more knitting. Just like raid her knitting cabinet. Yeah, I believe in egg crochet. Crochet seems challenging to explain. I mean, it has been pretty challenging to do. Like, this is far from perfect, but it's definitely better than what I was doing before. Because before my problems, I could not figure out how to turn. Like, I could do... Like, I could figure out how to make, like, a beginning chain, like the base chain, but I could not figure out how to, like, turn it. Like, get it so that I go the other way and make a second row. That was my problem. I was not able to do that. Which now I can, so we're making progress. We're actually, despite how it looks, I'm actually making progress. Like, you see this? It's not good, but it's progress, you know? Why does Grandma Eggy have the cookie tin with the knitting supplies? She does. She has many. She has many cookie tins containing many things. Like knitting supplies, sewing supplies, small Christmas ornaments, plenty of things. Can your grandma crochet? Yeah, she used to. She used to do like a lot of knitting. Actually, maybe I can show you something. Let me show you something. Like this hook I think I got from her the last time I was there. Because I was like, can I take this? And she's like, yeah, sure. Again, she doesn't have the same dexterity in her hands that she used to, so like she can't really do much of it herself. So she's been kind of trying to like clear out her collection. And the last few times I've been there, I'll see like a pattern or I'll see like some yarn that I like. I'm like, can I take this? And she's like, yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna use it. So let me show you. Oh god, okay. I get this out of the bag without it falling apart? Maybe not. Well, this. Here we go. This is an unfinished project of hers that she was like, if you want to finish it, yeah, go ahead. So I'll need to work on it a bit more, but like, so basically, this is easily like decades old. This is easily like an unfinished project from like the 90s. But basically she had done this sweater that is too big to properly put out on my desk. Hold on. She had made this sweater. And she just like never finished it. So currently what needs to be done is to finish up on the collar and on this side. Because I believe she made... Yeah, this side has the buttonholes. This side has the buttonholes. So I'd need to... She gave me buttons as well. So I need to finish knitting this part, and then I would need to do, like, the finishing for the collar. But, like, the rest is done. Like, I basically have, like, free sweater. Free sweater. Have you shown her your stuff? Yeah, every so often I'll email her. She usually... Oh, no. My square. Hold on. Yeah, she's good with email. Like, she responds to her emails. Like... So yeah, sometimes I'll email her. I should show her... I should show her my flat bear. I should show her ChatGPT Teddy. I think she'd find it funny. It's like, yeah, I don't think artificial intelligence is the future yet. But yeah. Unfinished personal project. No, she told me a story, actually. Apparently, apparently when my great aunt, like, when they were younger, when my grandma was starting to have kids, my great aunt would, like, want to make her... Like, my great aunt would start projects, but she just refused to finish them. So, like, my grandma would have a baby, and then my great aunt would, like... Basically, my grandma said she would get packages from my great aunt that would be, like, needles and some yarn and a pattern and an unfinished project. Like, she'd be like, oh yeah, I wanted to make, like, pajamas for the baby, but, like, I didn't get around to finishing it. Here you go. So, but yeah. My grandma said apparently my great aunt was, like, good at knitting, but she just didn't like doing it. So she would just, like, mail an unfinished project and be like, okay, have fun. Here you go. Sorry about that. Hope it's comfy for the baby. Have an unfinished, like, a halfway finished blanket. You're welcome. But yeah, no, I also have an unfinished sweater that is probably going to remain unfinished until my grandchildren are of great age. Yeah, she tried. There was an attempt. And yeah, that's what my grandma said. Apparently she's like, yeah, she was better at knitting than I was. But she just didn't care for actually doing it. Yeah, I sent you a puzzle. So she finished. Yeah, my grandma, I think she did end up finishing the things. Because again, they were for, like, for the new baby. So I guess she would just finish them up when she had a moment. Because it's like, well, I mean, I guess we have a blanket now. So that's something. But yeah. Apparently this was a thing that happened multiple times, too. But yeah, for the record, the sweater was not one of those unfinished projects. That was just something my grandma started and didn't finish on her own. Something she failed to finish completely independently. But yeah, no, I need to learn to crochet though, because I saw... Okay, so what really actually threw me into action, let me see if I can find it. I think I had bookmarked it on Twitter, but I don't remember on which account. Oh goodness, what is happening? Okay, Twitter broke. That's cool. Thanks, Twitter. Let me look at my bookmarks. Here we go. I saw somebody who had, like, let me make it bigger. They have a store, and they make these, like, really cute cardigans, and they have patterns for them. So they have patterns, and then obviously you can pay, like, $1 bajillion to have those patterns just, like, made for you. But, I'm like, no, I need to learn to do this myself. These are really, really cute. I really want these. This one, okay, I know this is supposed to be like Wish Bear from Care Bears, but I'm like, this looks like an egg. This one looks like an egg. But these are really cute. I really want to learn. I'm like, I saw this, I'm like, oh, I need to learn to crochet. I need to learn to crochet. Like, look at these waffle ones. The waffle ones are really cute. Like, this one, oh, I'm trying to think, because I feel like there's people I know who would wear these. This one feels very, like, I know it's lemon, but this one feels very, like, Mekon core. There's peach. There's one with bears. There's more pies. There's more, like, waffle-looking ones. I don't know if she has patterns for all of them. She doesn't categorize. Like, nothing here is categorized. But yeah, like... The patterns. The patterns. The patterns. Oh, this is Mekon core. This is Mekon core. Yeah, these are so cute. I'm like, I saw this and I'm like, okay, I need to learn to crochet. I need to learn to crochet, like, now. I think also, too, like, a lot of stuff I want to make seems to only exist in crochet. Like, a lot of plushy stuff is mostly crochet, and a lot of, like... I swear to God, I want to learn to make cute things, but I'm so tired of all the cute things on the internet always being exclusively for small children. Like, I'll be like, oh, these are some cute mittens. Maybe I should make these. These would be cute. They have a little frill on them. No, they're sized for 6-year-old hands. How am I supposed to be cute if everything is for small children? And then I look at, like, the adults' knitting patterns, and it's, like, the most boring things known to man. It's like, oh, would you like plain mittens with one stripe on them? No? What are you? A baby? What do you mean you want lace? What do you mean? Are you 6 years old? Okay, this thing is starting to have, like, an hourglass shape. I don't know what I did. Maybe I'll cut it off and start another one. Might cut it off and start another one. At least I know where I'm going wrong now. I just need to figure out how to fix it, you know? Like, this thing looks like an hourglass. Yeah, making frills from threads seem like another challenge. Well, frills actually for knitting, it's actually, you can get a ruffle pretty easily. Basically, they're like, it's not that difficult if you know how to, like, add and, like, increase and decrease stitches. If you can do that, like, you have all the power in the world. It's the world is your oyster in terms of ruffles. Because I've knit a frill, I've knit a ruffle before. Because again, there are patterns for that. It's just that they're all meant for tiny children, and I don't trust myself. Like, I don't know how to size things up. So I'm like, yeah. Do you really know where you're going wrong? I know exactly where I'm going wrong. Aside from all the other, like, isolated mistakes, I think my mistake is I need to figure out how to turn things without losing stitches. Because I don't know if, like, you noticed, like, I kept accidentally, like, the first 2 rows were okay. I think what kept happening is I kept accidentally decreasing a stitch at the end of every single row here. I think that was my issue. I just need to figure out how to not do that, and then I will be golden. But also, you're gaslighting me. I'm getting gaslit. I'm getting gaslit. Every single time I'm like, oh, I know my mistake, and Robert's like, are you sure? Do you really know? Do you really understand? Are you sure? Are you sure? I also think, okay, yeah, I think where I was going wrong is that, like, these first few rows look consistent, but as I get further and further up, it looks like this looks like knitting. I started knitting. I'm so bad. I might as well just take 2 crochet hooks. Just take 2 crochet hooks and start knitting with them at this point. Yes, I am baby. Give me cuter clothing. I'm just very large baby. Here are my measurements. Like, it's the other way around. All the clothing I want is in big size. But, like, I don't know. I feel like it's easier to take big thing and make it small than it is to take small thing and make it big, you know? But yeah. What you're doing feels a lot like knitting. Man, the knitting brain is too powerful. My brain is 2 needles. and not one hook. How do I combine those 2 needles into 1 hook? How? My brain is full of knitting and purling and knit 2 together and slip slip knit and other very cursed abbreviations. She said it with the Yab game earlier. There's a lot of Yab games. You're gonna have to elaborate. Do you know how little that narrows it down? Oh, that Yab game. Oh, right, the Yab game. Yes, okay, I remember. I think the last time I streamed on YouTube, she was also live with the Yab game. But yeah, I missed the collab talk. No, it's okay. I mean, I don't think I've said anything that I didn't say on previous streams. It's just, yeah, like, turns out if you want to plan collabs with people, you have to actually, like, talk to them and ask them. Puzzle Yab game, the best of its kind. No one else has come up with anything remotely as good, despite their best efforts. Might need to learn how to read crochet patterns too. Yeah, I know that there's like more to it than like this, because I know like my sister has made a cardigan. I think a similarly shaped cardigan actually. She crocheted like one with like a clouds cardigan a while back, but yeah. I know there'd be more to it than that, but like I wanna be able, like I have this bookmarked. I want to be able to come back to it someday and actually be able to make one of these, because these are really cute. I like these a lot. Look at the bear ones. Look at this. Look at the pies. Look at your pockets can be pies. Do you know how valuable that is in today's society? Like, I would walk out and people would look at me and they would be like, oh my god, she's so cute. Her pockets are pies. Oh, I just realized you did not see any of that. There we go. Be like, look, an Eggy. How cute. Look at how cute her pockets are. They're pies. Her pockets are a lemon pie. Oh, they're heart-shaped. This is such a cute Eggy. This is the cutest Eggy in the world. We're going to entrust everything to this Eggy because she is so cute. I will dominate society by having the cutest sweaters. Yeah, your sister might be able to show you how to get started too. I'm sure she could if she was not in a different province currently. Pockets, a valuable resource. Yeah, even just having pockets. But pockets with like crocheted pies on them. Now that's a hot commodity. Yeah. Despite the it's hard to beat the game's mechanics. That's what I've heard, is people are like, it is apparently like a legitimately well-made puzzle game. It just happens to have all those other things tacked onto it, I guess. Embracing the Ojo look with that. I must be cute. I have to be cute. What's the point of going out if I'm not cute? See, this is the problem, okay? This is the problem that I keep having. Is that like, so I don't have, like, I have a lot of clothes that I don't wear that are just taking up space in my closet. Some of these clothes I stopped wearing because I gained too much weight and I don't fit them into, like, either I don't fit into them anymore or they still fit, but they don't fit the way I want them to, which is, like, you know, fair, it happens. But, like, there's a lot of clothes that fit fine, but I don't wear them because I have no occasion to wear them, right? Because, like, let's say you go outside, because like I feel like in the before times, right, like when I went to school and when I went to work and stuff, I had casual occasions, right? Like there were times where I left the house but I was not going anywhere of note, right? And I feel like that just doesn't happen anymore. Like I feel like I don't go out as much, so my wardrobe is either sweatpants and pajamas and stuff I wear around the house, or it's like fancy outing time, or I guess maybe office wear for a while. But it's like, I feel like I don't have casual outings anymore. Like the kind of outings where you wear jeans. Those just don't happen to me anymore. Which I guess will change if I move out, because I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store and I'm gonna have to go to do errands. Like, I guess maybe that'll change. But like, just the idea of like having indoor clothes and outdoor clothes. I just don't really have outdoor clothes anymore because I don't go anywhere. You know? Anyone else in the house with crochet skills? Unfortunately not. I don't know. Maybe I'll stream someday with my sister. I don't know if she would want to. But I'd have to wait for a time when we're both home at the same time, which is becoming increasingly rare. Yeah. Enforcing the Ojo Dede from the quiz last week. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's do exercise, Eggy, become fit. That won't make me go outside more though. If I do exercise, like, just because I'm doing exercise doesn't mean I'm like going outside. I mean, I guess if I take a walk or something, but like, workout clothes still fall into the like sweatpants and pajamas category for me. I do not like athleisure, and you can quote me on that. I do not like athleisure. I mean, okay, I like some athleisure. I like kind of like the, like, I guess tracksuits or kind of more athletic looking sweatpants. I don't mind those. But like, I am not a fan of like leggings or, you know, the stretchy tops. I don't know. I am not a fan of athleisure, and you can quote me on that. I cannot imagine going out somewhere in athleisure. Finally learned how to type in this EGGY chat. Good job. Were you having trouble? Was there a problem? Yeah, athleisure makes you sense if you're an athlete, I guess. Here's the thing. I feel like there's like two categories of athleisure. Because like you have the one kind where it's like, okay, sweatpants, oversized t-shirt that's tucked into your sweatpants, maybe like Adidas sliders, baseball cap. That I don't mind. That I wear on a regular basis, especially like if the stuff fits well. Great, good. I like that. That's good athleisure. EGGY approve. I approve. But then there's like bad athleisure, I think, which is like, to me it's like, okay, stretchy capri leggings and really thin material shirts that's like all polyester, and like there's no structure to any of the garments. They're all like super stretchy, no hat, no particular shoes. Like that I don't like. Like anything stretchy I find just, because here's the thing, I feel like with certain things like sweatpants and t-shirts, like stuff that has more structure to it, if it's a thicker material, I feel like you don't have to have a perfect body to look good at it, you know? But I feel like with a lot of like kind of the stretchy stuff or the thin material stuff, like if you don't have a perfect body, then you're just gonna look like trash. Like it will fit you in that like you can put it on your body and it will be comfortable and like it will cover you, and it's not like you're like, it's not like it's gonna like hurt or like be uncomfortable, but like it will not look good. That's the thing. I'm not a fan of athleisure. Thank you for quoting me. Exactly, like I asked. She hates being sporty. Yeah, I'm not a sporty person, but like, I don't mind pretending to be sporty in some ways. I have to go to desktop browser POV on the mobile browser because YouTube is pretty silly. Oh, yeah. I realized this morning when I got up late and I tried to change the stream time from my phone, and it turns out I don't know if I can do that. I had to like pull out my laptop and go into YouTube Live, whatever, to be able to change the stream time to 10:30. I don't know what happened, but like I couldn't do it from my phone, which you think like even in YouTube Studio, maybe I need to update the app or something, but like you think that'd be something you could do from YouTube Studio. But no, YouTube Studio as an app on your phone for some reason exists to like, I guess, check your analytics, and that's it. Like, I don't even know. I couldn't edit it. Very strange. But yeah, tracksuit EGGY. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a tracksuit. I feel like I would have to have like the pink, like Bochi the Rock looking tracksuit. I feel like I'd be like pink tracksuit EGGY. Or maybe like a yellow one, if they have like a nice yellow. Because you know how sometimes you have like kind of a nice mild yellow, and then sometimes you have like traffic pylon yellow. I'm not big on traffic pylon yellow. I don't want to look like I glow in the dark, but if I can find like a nice pastel, like mild yellow, I feel like I wouldn't mind that either. Be a very eggy tracksuit for doing my exercises. But yeah, I'm not a leisure person. I want to look nice, you know? Very elegant. Cause yeah, even like when I exercise, I don't like go to the gym. I would just like do workouts at home. But yeah, you don't need athleisure for that. Yeah, Butchie the egg. Butchie the egg. But yeah, I only want to be sweatpant in the house. When I go out, if I'm gonna make an effort to leave the house, I might as well make an effort to at least look okay, you know? Yeah, you don't need to do like 2 hours of exercise, just walking 30 minutes is enough. Yeah, that's true. I guess you can dress elegantly to go for a walk, I guess. You'll see tracksuit Eggy and go, there she is, tracksuit Eggy. Very eggy in my tracksuit. But I don't know, I guess I have things that are sort of similar to tracksuit. Like I have a pair of like Adidas leggings. I don't know if they still make them the same, but like those leggings have actually been like really good. Cause I bought them like, okay, I am currently, I am like 30 pounds heavier than I was when I bought them. And they still fit fine. Like, it's insane. I don't know how they do it. They still fit fine, and they don't look like, you know how some pants, when you gain weight, and, like, you keep wearing them, like, if they're too tight, then, like, they start to, like, kind of rip around the butt. Not talking from personal experience, definitely not. But somehow those leggings have not. Like, they're just, like, magical leggings. They, like, I have been able to gain 30 pounds in them, and they still look okay, and they still fit fine, and they don't seem like the fabric doesn't look stretched anywhere. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if they still make them the same. I bought them in like 2018. They look a little faded from like the wash, but like that's kind of to be expected. But like, yeah, Adidas case and approved. Yeah, not sponsored by Adidas, but like, I don't know. Those leggings were just somehow really good. I don't know how they did it. But yeah, they have the 3 stripes along the side. So I guess if I had like a tracksuit jacket, I guess. But they're not quite track pants. They're just like leggings, you know? Stretchy fabric? No, but okay. The thing is they're stretchy fabric, but they're not like the stretchy fabric that I was talking about, right? Like, hold on. Let me see if I can pull up kind of example of what I'm talking about when I say like good versus bad athleisure. Let's see. Athleisure women's. Leggings. What I'm talking about is like these kinds of leggings. Because like this kind of legging, they're almost always like extremely polyester or something like this, where they're like very polyester. I feel very sweaty in them. And like they look good because they're on the models here. But when you actually put them on your legs, they just don't look as good. Like, again, they look fine in pictures, but when you actually put them on, they just like don't look as nice. Those are the kinds I don't like. I don't like how they look on me. I don't like how they make me look. Something like this I don't mind. Like this is sweatpants, but they're like kind of like a tailored sweatpant. And I think this works out because like I feel like you can have it tailored to your figure, kind of, right? But, oh, here we go. Perfect example of things I don't like is this. Like this, it's very stretchy, but in like an uncomfortable way. Yeah. It's to work, see you all at Doki Bird stream. he knows where we're all going. But yeah, strong leggings. But yeah, no, like this kind of material, very like slidey. When you walk, it makes this like kind of sound. That's not what the leggings I have are like. The Adidas ones I have, I don't know if they're cotton. but they definitely have more of that cottony feel. Like, they don't feel like the very, like, lycra spandex. I guess spandex, that's the word that I don't like. And then let me show you for, like, tops to have an example of what I don't like. Let me see. Tops, let's see. Because, yeah, like, this, I don't mind. Like, this kind of, like, polo, I don't hate it. It's like these kinds of shirts. Like, they're just kind of, like, scoop neck shirts. Not a fan. Not a fan of this kind of thing. I don't mind, I mean, a tank top is a tank top, but, like, this, I don't like. This, no. This, not a fan. Not a fan. Because, like, I just know the fabric is very thin. And, like, again, it's like one of those things where it's like, it looks fine on the model, but the moment you put it on, like, a real person who has not been, like, dressed up for photography, it just doesn't hit the same. Like, even here, like, you can see, like, it feels like they've been, like, very carefully positioned. Right? But, like, when I put it on myself, it's like, oh, does your posture suck? Well, not gonna look good anymore. Yeah. They might have, like, a stretchy thread woven in, possibly, yeah, like some kind of elastic. Eggy polos when. I don't know. I don't actually wear a lot of polos. I don't hate how they look, I just don't own any. Yeah? But yeah, I mean, I like sports bras, or this. This is another thing I know would not look good on me, partly because I'm shorter and I just know, like, the bottom would not fall where it's supposed to on me. But yeah, like, there's just, like, a lot of things where it feels like either it's, like, designed exclusively for very skinny people, or it's designed, like, the designer designed it for their own body, and then, like, you try to have it for anybody else, that it just, like, doesn't work, you know? But, yeah. Like, do you really think this is gonna work for anybody with any amount of boob? Like, it's not. It's not. Sure, posture redeem, yeah. It's like, you better have good posture if you're gonna wear one of these shirts. But yeah, no, I don't know. I guess I'm just not a big fan of things, too, that are supposed to, like, quote-unquote, like, highlight your body. They all make me feel weird. Even if they do technically sort of look good on me, they just make me feel weird. Like, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. They are simply just not for me. Like, I'd rather have things... Again, I'm very picky about how things fit, I guess. I mean, I did technically learn to crochet. Some might argue that I didn't. But technically, I can probably start wrapping up, because I have technically learned to crochet. I did technically achieve my goal. I achieved my goal of figuring out how to crochet. Like, I've made more progress than I did on previous times learning to crochet, in that I actually made a second row. Was it success? Not 100%, but you gotta say, like, this is a passing grade. Like, I think this is at least, like, a passing grade. Like, I don't know what passing grade is where you're from, because I know it's different everywhere. Here in Canada, mostly it's a 50. I know in the States it's like a 70, because you guys are insane. But yes, did I learn? Yippee! I did learn. I learned something. I 100% learned something. Did I learn a lot? No, but I learned something, and that's more than I did last time. So yeah, this is a passing grade. This is like a solid, I don't know, 50%. Like, I got the basic things down. I did produce some stitches, technically. at least one of these rows was done correctly, you know? So like this is a passing grade. It's not a good grade. It's not like I'm not gonna get into grad school with this grade, but like it's passing. It's a pass. I will get my degree. I will get my degree. C's are getting degrees today. Oh goodness, I have many windows open. What was this one? No, this is a different one. I just need to see my YouTube interface. Which window was that in? Was it this one? It was this one. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's this one. Let's see. You did make a chain even if you didn't count it. My EGGY diploma. C's get degrees. D's get degrees, depending on your major. Yeah, passing grade for chain, I guess. Yeah. I made at least 2 rows. I think I made at least like 1 or 2 rows competently before it started to fall off. But that's more than before. That's more than before. It's a higher average than before, you know? I'm accomplishing things. I have an accomplishment. I have done an accomplishment. We did it. Like, I'm like one of those students that was like falling behind, and like I pass a test and the teacher's like, yes, she's getting somewhere. Yippee! But yeah, no, I remember reading in some other countries, like, isn't like the Philippines, like a passing score is like 80%, which I think is insane. Like, and also the Philippines count their like GPA system like backwards, which is also interesting. But yeah, I had to learn about that like at my previous job because I was looking at people's transcripts as part of something, and like even within Canada and the US, different schools have different systems for how they do GPAs. But like, I know some people who went to school in like other countries, and I have to like go and look up their system. Like, again, the Philippines was interesting because like their system was 1 to 5, but like 1 is the best grade and 5 is the worst. So I remember seeing things like when you look at someone's like transcript and you're like, oh, they only got like a 1.5 in this class. And then later you realize that actually that's like a really, really good grade. That's like, so, or even France, like the France one is really weird because they're like, oh yeah, this goes from like 1 to 16, but we barely ever use anything above 12. So like when you total things out, it looks like a bunch of people got like 50% on everything, but it turns out that like, no, that's actually like a decent grade. I don't know what's the point of having like a 1 to 16 or something if you're not going to use like a quarter of it, but yeah. I'm unsure about the types of rows of crocheting. Okay, the thing with rows is rows might also be like a knit brain thing, because I've never looked at a crochet pattern like for instructions for a specific project, because in my mind for knitting, they're like, a knitting pattern might be like, okay, cast on 12 stitches, knit for 10 rows, right? So everything goes in, it's like stitches and rows, right? So usually they might be like, okay, on row 11, then like, you know, take out 2 stitches from this part of it or something, right? But I don't know if crocheting really works that way. I don't know if it quite works that way. Like, I don't know if you look at a crochet pattern, is it like, oh yeah, do this for X number of rows and then switch to this, or like switch to a different color or something. I don't know if that's entirely how it works. That might be a knit brain. This might have some pointers. Learn to crochet for real this time. Slow step-by-step tutorial, how to crochet tutorial. Chain 50, row 1, single crochet, second chain from the hook, chain 1. You sound like, this sounds like you're like talking about like fighting moves. Like you're like in a fight and you're like, chain 50, row 1, right side, single crochet and second chain from hook, chain 1, skip next to next chain, repeat from 24 times, turn, 25 single crochet, 24 chain 1 spaces. Or know what this sounds? This sounds like a workout. It sounds like a workout when you have someone who's like, give me 50 push-ups, 50 push-ups, 10 burpees, go now, 10 burpees, 10 sit-ups, 20 sit-ups, 40 sit-ups. Now give me 10, get down, give me 10, give me 9. Like, this is a pattern. Like, it starts with X chain links, and then it says with stitches. And that's just the first row. Okay. I guess that will make sense to me. To be fair, there's a lot of knitting patterns that probably don't make sense to you if you don't knit. Got a Hadouken the crochet. The stitches have names. Yeah, right. That's true. Like, it's like how you have, like, knitting. It's like knit 2, purl 10, knit 2. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. Next row, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2. Yeah. No, I'll probably do it more. I will go into the mountains. You see, where did my square go? I lost my square. Oh, there it is. My square fell on the floor. I will go into the mountains. Between now and the next time I do this, I'm gonna go into the mountains and train. I'm gonna like I'm gonna like crochet under a cold waterfall, and I'm gonna come back and be better at it. I'm gonna come back. I will come back stronger. I will like have like an off-screen training arc. I'll have to take pictures. I'll just like take pictures so I have like a montage to show. The first hat in the PDF. Okay. Yeah, again, I'll have to like look at things. The square was dancing. Yeah, it's like, no, it's like a liquid square, and I like shook it around a bit, and it's going like yeah, I'll have to do it when I'm not streamer braining. You know? I can probably look up, if the PDF isn't working for me, I can probably look up different instructions too. Like, again, if I can figure out knitting, I can probably figure out this. But, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna have much else to do here, though. Weighted needles? I don't think, would that make a difference? I don't think that would make it. Yeah, weighted, oh, I see what you mean, weighted needles. I'm gonna, like, tape a bunch of rocks to the end of the crochet hook. The training weights. And drop them off. Just like crochet, but like the end of the needle has like a bag of pebbles. The paragraphs do mention how the rows connect up and how the pieces are held. Content brain off, yeah. I'll have to look at it. I will like put on my EGGY glasses, which I believe I'm already wearing now anyway. Be like, You can't see me, but I'm like adjusting my glasses. I'll be like, Yeah. It's more the text in between. Yeah. Again, streamer brain does not like to read. That's one problem. I think like I turn on the stream and my reading comprehension goes down by like 50. I think being around people makes me dumber. Being around people makes me dumber. That's it. Being around people makes me dumber. It's the people's fault. I swear, like I it's like this for other things too, I think. Like, I stream and I forget how to read. And, like, my commentary on any given narrative is, like, very surface level. But, like, if you ask me to sit down and, like, write an essay by myself about, like, what I like about a certain movie or whatever, I will be able to give much more insightful commentary. But yeah, basic crochet stitches, chain, slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, treble. Are you sure it's not triple? Isn't treble is like a treble clef. That's like a music thing, isn't it? It's our fault. That's on me for turning on the stream. That's on me for insisting on being around people. It's the people's fault. How could the people do this to me? How could they do it to me? How could they do this? This is also why, like, if I'm watching like a comedy, like if I'm watching like a silly movie, I'm good with doing that with other people, but I feel like if I ever want to watch like a serious movie or like something sad, I feel better, like I prefer doing that by myself. Because it's so weird, because like when I'm around other people, I feel like if I try to give insightful commentary, I sound dumb. But when I'm on my own, I'm like, oh yes, the symbolism here represents this and that, and this and I'm like, I don't know. It's just like that. It's just like that. I feel like it's probably the same for other people, right? That's also kind of why I like going to like museums and stuff. I want to experience art by myself. I must experience it by myself, because if I experience it with other people, then it's like, I feel like I'm experiencing it less. But I think that's a skill issue. That's a skill issue on my part, you know? That's my own eggy problem. My own eggy issues. And like streamer brain, I think is just an extension of that, because like streaming is kind of like an interesting halfway point between like socializing and not socializing. Because like when I'm streaming, I'm sitting here, I'm by myself. There's nobody else in this room. Maybe if I'm collabing, I might be in a conversation with somebody else. But like, yeah, I guess streamer brain in real life, yeah. Because like streaming is like, I'm socializing, but I'm also not, right? Like I'm talking for hours on end, and I'm talking to you, and you are replying, and we are technically having a conversation, right? But like, I wouldn't quite call it socializing, really, right? Because I'm not socializing the same way. Like, this is still performative. There's still a VOD. Like, if I say something wrong, there is still video evidence. Or like, you know, I still have to be entertaining, or at least entertaining enough that people aren't going to get up and leave, right? So in that way, it's not quite socializing, right? But yeah, brain smoothing, real. But yeah, like if I'm by myself, or even in writing, like, I promise I'm smarter in writing. I promise I'm smarter when I write than when I talk. You know? Yeah. It's one-sided socializing. Yeah. Or it's like uneven socializing, right? Because like, it's better than nothing. Like, if someone like locked me in my house and like I could not leave and I could not see anybody, but I could stream, that still would technically sort of be socializing, right? Like, it's better than not seeing anybody at all, right? But I wouldn't call it socializing. Like, you can't replace socializing with streaming in the same way that you can't replace socializing with watching a stream, right? Egg-tertaining. This is egg-tertainment. This is Eggy, Nice Eggy, and Egg-tertainment Company. Employ one employee. A single proprietor. Eggy Corp. Single proprietor Egg-tertainment Company. But yeah, no, it's like, it's kind of that halfway point, right? But somehow still I get the like socializing brain, the brain smoothing that happens when I'm around. Socializing where you hold power over kicking people out and they can't talk over you. Exactly. No one will interrupt me. This is my stream. You will not interrupt me. If I do not like your comment, I simply will not look at it. I do not see it. I will not see it. But I think that's the other thing too, though, is that like, the downside of being in control is that you have to be in control, right? So like, the stream is happening entirely on my terms, but like, it also means that it's kind of on me to hold up the conversation, right? Because in a conversation, usually, you say your bit, and then someone else will reply to your bit, and then you reply to their bit, and you're kind of going back and forth. And like, that's what it's like during a collab, right? But like, during, like, when you're talking, like I have to hold up the conversation here. Like the chat, like, because you are silent, like you're speaking through text, I have to be the one to hold everything up, right? So like, if I'm talking and you guys are saying something, I'm the one who has to read it out, right? Like currently now. Basically socializing on your own terms. Yeah. As I am now. But yeah. So that's, I think, what makes it different, is that like, it's like one-sided socializing in the way that like, I have to be I'm lifting the entire conversation here, which is different than in real life. And it gives chat time to think and Google stuff too. Yeah. Chat gets to be smarter. I get to be dumb. I get to be very silly. I get to be 0 IQ. But, like, chat gets to be smart. Chat gets to be smarter than me because they get more time, right? Chat gets to use their brain. Chat gets to use their brain. I don't have that advantage. My brain's doing enough. My brain is chugging. My brain needs more RAM. My brain needs... I don't know, what would your brain's GPU be? But yeah, no. I'm the one who has to be silly. I promise every streamer is at least a little bit smarter than you think they are. It's just when you're on stream, it gets harder to show that, you know? If someone comes across as smart on stream, then they presumably must be a genius off stream. Like, because, yeah, it's... being smart and projecting smartness are like separate skills. Imagine if we posted emos. It's still a conversation after all, just a bit asynchronous. That's true. I think also, too, it gets to a point because this is a small chat. Like, how many people are here right now? Like, 10. So, because this is a smaller stream, we can have a conversation. But I know when it gets to bigger streams after a while, like, you look at some, like, big streams with, like, a bajillion people in chat, and the chat is just mostly emote spam. Because, like, even if you say something, like, it's gonna get buried pretty quickly. So unless a streamer just, like, glances to the side and just, like, sees something offhand. But, like, if it's, like, just emotes, then yeah, it is just you holding up the entire conversation, and everyone's just giving, like, a vague reaction. Like, you say something funny, and everyone replies with, like, laughing emote. And then you say something, like, sad or angry, and everyone replies with, like, crying emote. They reply with, ooh. Yeah, imagine if my chat was just egg. Yeah, baby. Just egg spam. Spamming egg. It's just egg. Nobody says anything. They just egg. Ooh, warned against doing math on stream due to streamer brain. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Like, because again, it's one thing to be able to do something, and it's another thing to be able to do something performatively, right? Like, I don't know how cooking stream people do it. That must require a lot of focus, because, like, cooking is something that's very time sensitive, right? So, like, if you forget about something for too long, then it's like, it's gonna get burnt, or it's gonna get overcooked, or it's gonna get done incorrectly. Like, you really gotta have your brain involved. Like, there we go. Egg, 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 egg. Yeah. The best way I've seen to put it is a gigantic stream is like a panopticon. I guess, yeah. Everyone is, like, watching, but no one's really doing much, because nobody really can. I've seen somebody describe it more, like, is if you imagine it like a concert. So, like, a small stream with, like, a smaller chat is more like, you know, like a kind of more intimate public, you know, like a small concert with a few people there, right? And, like, you know, if it's a small performance, sometimes a performer might be able to, like, talk to specific audience members or something, right? Like, if someone shouts something during a small performance, it's going to be much more audible than if it's during, like, a huge stadium tour. Whereas, like, yeah, like a big chat with, like, thousands of people, that's more like going to, like, a stadium concert. Like, when you go to a concert and the singer is like, how we doing tonight, New York? Like, the people in the crowd don't all, like, individually answer. They just go, like, woo! And that's kind of like what emote spam is, right? Like, emote spam is just like the Twitch equivalent or the YouTube equivalent of going like, woo! When the person asks a question, right? Like, maybe someone might scream loud enough, or, like, at the right time. You know how sometimes you'll have, like, concerts where, like, someone just shouts something as the room goes quiet and it's audible to everyone? Yeah, like, that can happen with big chats, but it doesn't happen that often, right? So, yeah. Let's go, Eggy, yeah, woo! How are we doing tonight, eggplants? And everyone goes like, woo! And they wave their light sticks around. But yeah, like, you can still do that. Like, I can still do that as in a small chat. Like, I can still be like, let's go, how are we doing tonight, eggplants? And everyone, but, like, you know, if I ask that, people are more likely to give, like, an actual response, right? Rather than just woo! Yeah, small panel with Eggy and Bobeba with 30 people sitting silently in the audience. Maybe a mic for people that want to ask questions. Yeah, I guess it is more like a panel, isn't it? Yeah, like it's a small venue performance, right? As opposed to like a big stadium of people there. Go White Cocoa. Yeah. Probably hold a panel in the Q dresses if you are prepared. Honestly, I keep forgetting to do this, but I want to do panels for conventions again. I just need to actually know, because the thing with conventions, right, is that like the panel signups are like much earlier than, well, you're just after ticket sales have started, but it's very early on, right? Like I feel like in recent years, like conventions have been sort of a last minute thing that I decide like, you know, a month maybe before I go. So I feel like panel openings often open and close before I've even decided if I'm going. And like if you're doing a panel, I guess that means you're going, but like I don't know, I feel like I'm very hesitant to like plan things that far ahead of time, you know? Yeah. But like I want to do panels again. I want to do panels on frilly dress, and I want to do panels on VTubing. I don't know, there was actually one panel I thought of doing once of like run panels. Yeah, for small conventions. Not big ones, but for small ones. Yeah, it's bad though because hotels book out. Well, usually the key is to have a friend who knows that they're going super early on and then stay with them. Hi, Eggy, good morning. Good morning, Engemus. Welcome to Eggy YouTube. But yeah, like, Yara said she'd help people get panels as a service, though she'd like to charge for it. She doesn't feel confident enough to do it for free. Yeah, well, the thing is like, doing panels, like, the secret is actually that, like, if you're doing panels as a guest, like, in that they're, like, paying you, that's different. But, like, you can actually just, like, sign up to do a panel. Like, especially at small conventions. You can just sign up to do a panel, and they will probably let you. Like, you have to tell them what you're gonna need. Like, oh, can we have, like, we need a room with this or that, or, like, this kind of screen, or this amount of space. And yeah, like, you can just do a panel. Usually sometimes, too, they'll give panelists, like, either a discount on their badge or just, like, a badge for free because they're like, well, we need content. We need content for our event, so you are providing us with content. So, yeah. Or a small workshop, yeah. I want to do maybe, like, a VTubing stream. Not necessarily, like, because I think I want to do, like, a getting started as a VTuber thing. Not so much in, like, the streaming aspect of it, but, like, in the tech aspect. Because I think a lot of people, like, I remember going to a panel a few years ago at a convention that was about, like, VTubers 101. And I think the problem with it is that, like, it was run by a bunch of VTubers. I think there was just way too many people. There was way too many people. They did not need that many people. But the second thing was just that, like, I think, you know, when you're kind of like in a bubble of your own interests online and you just assume that everybody knows what things are. So, like, people would talk about, like, oh, this is my first Live 2D model. And then they never answer the question of what is Live 2D. Like, you gotta explain it like you're explaining it to, like, your mother, right? Like, you gotta start from zero, right? Yeah, workshop need more planning. Yeah, especially if it's something that you need, like, materials for. Because some workshops are just, like, stuff you just need to bring yourself and that's it. But, like, there's definitely some workshops where, like, I've seen for, like, cosplay stuff where it's like, yeah, you need materials. Or at least you need to tell the guests in advance that they need to bring their own stuff. But, yeah, you really got to start with panels. Because I've done this for fashion as well, like J-Fashion. Like, you got to start from zero, right? Like, the people who are coming in, they might know a little bit, but you can't assume that, right? You gotta assume, you gotta explain this like you're explaining it to your grandma. Like, you can't just be like, you're gonna need a Live 2D model. You need to explain what Live 2D is. Like, I remember overhearing after that panel, overhearing some people in front of us in the audience who were just like, yeah, I don't think I know what VTubing is. I still don't know what VTubing is. After sitting through all that, I still don't know. So, yeah, missing definitions for the audience classic. As panels need to specify intended audience. Yeah, especially since that one was, like, VTubing 101. So you gotta, like, you're going in assuming that nobody knows anything. Yeah, Koki had a panel with like a Q&A at a con I went to in November. Yeah, Q&As are different, but yeah. EGGY Tech 101. You must pass with 50 to succeed. But yeah, I could probably dry run in Discord and maybe on stream. Yeah, because basically what I want to do is just cover like the extreme basics. Like just like, this is the definition of VTubing. This is like in terms of technology and art, this is what you'll need. Like you'll need these assets. You need a model or a PNG. Here are some programs you can use. Here are the big VTubing companies. When people are talking about those, here they are. This is what they're talking about. Like, just like the very basics so that people know, right? Because I'm very used to doing that for fashion as well. Like, yeah, you just got to start from nothing, right? And I think another thing that I think is a very important skill for panelists to have, that I think, like, again, when you get a bunch of streamers to do a panel and they haven't done a panel before, I think it's something that, like, is very important, is that, like, so streamers were people who are used to talking for ages. Like, I've been talking for what? It says I've been live for 3 hours and 1 minute, minus, 6 or 7 minutes for the standby screen. That's how long I've been talking, right? I'm used to talking forever and ever and ever and ever, right? You cannot do that in a panel. In a panel, you have a set amount of time. The con is like, we have given you this room for 1 hour. So here's your slideshow. Here's the stuff you need to get through. You got to get through it. And also still have a little bit of time at the end for Q&As, right? So the thing is that, like, I think what happens is when you try to get streamers to do a panel, you have people who are used to talking forever. And you have to get them to kind of truncate it a little, Like, you have to get them to, get to the point. Yapper. Yeah. No yapping. You got to get to the point. You got to get, like, you can't spend too long here because you got to get to all these more slides, So I think that's a skill that I think, because again, talking forever and talking with purpose, with a direction, are two different skills. And, like, I wouldn't say one is inherently, like, better than the other, but, like, they're both very important and they're not necessarily transferable. So I think that's something that I have seen some panels fall into, is where you have streamers and they're talking like it's a stream and they just go on forever. So I think that's something that I'd like to think, at least I have some experience doing, is getting to the point, right? So I think I could do it. That can be fixed just by doing slides. Yes, you have slides and then do 3 trial runs. Yeah, I think that's the thing too, is if you're doing a panel by yourself, you can practice that on your own. I think it's just, I've seen some where it's like panels where you have multiple panelists and, like, yeah, it's just school presentations. Yeah, exactly. It's just school presentations, but, like, about something you're actually interested in, But yeah, I'd like to do one about VTubing. If I can, maybe I'll see if there's, like, a smaller convention that I can go to or something. Yeah. The other thing too, specifically with VTubing as well, that you have to figure out though, is if you are doing this as a VTuber, because it's one thing if you're doing it as a live person with flesh, right? Because if you're just sitting in a chair, that's easy. They set up the mic. The thing is that if you want, I think Nyaru had a stream about this and she talked about this, like, if you're going to be doing your panels as a VTuber, you have to make sure that the conventions, like, the location actually has the infrastructure to support that. Because I have seen, like, ones where they try to, like, beam in the VTuber via Zoom and it just does not work because the internet at the convention center is not that great, or, like, other things are going wrong. So that's another choice you have to make, is, like, am I going to be a real person? Do I have to reveal myself for having flesh or not, right? So yeah. And you have the benefit that people attending the panel actually want to be there. Exactly, that too. Like, you don't have to deal with, like, yeah, people being annoying in class. And that's the other thing with panels too, is if people don't want to be there, they can just leave. Like, biggest piece of advice for conventions is just the, like, you know that one that's like, if it sucks, hit the bricks? Like, just walk out. You can leave. That's actually good advice, I'd say, for convention panels. Like, because there's been times where, like, I've gone to conventions and I, like, ahead of time I, like, look at the schedule and I'm like, oh, these are all the panels I want to go to. And then, like, some of them are good and then some of them are less good, but, like, I don't think any panelists are going to be offended if you leave in the middle, because we don't know why you're leaving, right? Like, maybe you're leaving because it sucks. Maybe you're leaving because you have another panel you need to get to. Maybe you're leaving because you need to pee. Maybe your friend just texted you back and wants to meet you somewhere. Like, we don't know why, and we're not going to ask why. So, like, unironically, if it sucks, hit the bricks. Like, nobody is going to be mad at you for that. Yeah. Every panel I visited so far, sample size 2 kind of sucked at anime cons. Yeah, well, the thing is, they're kind of hit or miss, right? Because I've gone to, like, panels for things I didn't think I'd be interested in that were really fun. And then I've been to panels for things that I am interested in, and they just weren't that great. I think the thing is like, it's definitely a skill that you have to develop. Because I've definitely seen some people who have been, like, doing panels for years, and they're just, like, great at it, and they're very confident. And then you have people who are, like, doing their first panel ever, and they're not really, you know, they're not organized, they're having tech difficulties, they don't know how to work around it. It's a skill. So, like, sometimes panels suck. But again, if it sucks, hit the bricks. It's not always like, yeah. And sometimes I've indeed attended a panel kill. Yeah, that happens too. Sometimes people are there. Yeah, some people are there to kill time, and they're like, well, I'm sort of interested in this. Let me see let me check it out. So, I still trusted them out. Yes, I might stress them out, but keep in mind, again, this is just me, like, I wouldn't even call myself an experienced panelist. I've done panels, like, twice, but I would say no one's going to call you out on it, and if they do, then they're very weird. I've never seen that happen. But yeah, usually sit in the back if you're trying to kill time. Yeah, exactly. But, like, again, if someone leaves, I don't know why they're leaving. It's not necessarily my fault. Again, like I said, maybe they had to pee. Maybe they have somewhere else to be. Maybe they're trying to leave for another panel. Maybe, again, like I said before, you don't know why. And they won't know why unless you tell them. Like, unless you're like, your panel sucks, and then you, like, walk out. Like, which I don't think anyone's gonna do. Yeah, like, panelist, novice. Yeah, like, I have some experience. I think my experience is in presentation. I'd say I'm still not super experienced in, like, the tech side, because I think when I've done it, it's mostly been with, like, at least one other person, and the other person took care of, like, the slideshow part. Like, we made the slideshow together, but, like, they were taking it from their laptop. So, yeah. I've seen it happen, but they didn't go deep into it. Yeah, it's not impossible. It happens sometimes. But, yeah, it's pretty rare, I think. But, yeah. Panel rating, panelist is nice and good. Welcome to my nice and good panel. I will show you how to be VTuber. This is a live 2D model. These are the pros and cons of live 2D. This is a 3D model. Here are your options for 3D. Here is, because yeah, I feel like I just want to, like, get people to know, like, what is VTubing and, like, the very basics for getting started. Because, like, you don't need, like, if you're just starting, you don't need a, like, VR. You don't need a full VR setup. You don't need, like, fancy things, right? You just need, you know, some kind of representation of yourself on screen that isn't just a face cam. And you need a computer that can run things. And you need OBS. Everything else is extra. I think I made a graphic. I don't know if it's somewhere on my computer. Let me see if I can find it. I made, like, a VTuber pyramid of needs. Let me see. Pyramid. Let me see if I still have it. Maybe it was on my laptop. What was it? Was it in pictures? I don't remember what I called it, though. Maybe it was in my... EGGY Clip Studio Paint projects? No. Was it in documents? Did it somehow land in documents? No. Maybe I never exported it. Maybe it's still like a Clip Studio Paint file. Maybe that's why. Pictures. Yeah, maybe I never did export it. But either way, I made like a VTuber pyramid of needs at one point that was just like, okay, the base level is like, you know, a computer that can run things, a half decent mic, and like some representation, like a PNG, Live 2D, Vroid, 3D, like anything to like represent yourself. And then like the next level up was like stuff like, you know, like overlays, graphics, logos, branding, stuff like that. And then the next level up after that was like, you know, fancy stinger animations, like, yeah. This kind of talk I would probably drop the line, but what if I bling it up to the max and show Brian Sui rigging a fish? Yeah, you don't need legs. Yeah, biggest tip, you don't need legs. You don't need legs. You don't even need like, you don't even need hips. You don't even need hips if you don't want them. You can, here are a bunch of free resources. Here's how to, here's Vroid. Here is, like, yeah, here's a bunch of things, like, here's how to get started. Don't drop a ton of money if you're not sure if you like it. Start off with something small, figure out if this is for you, and then decide if you're going to drop more money on it, you know? I think, like, yeah. I think I could do a panel like that. Just the basics. Okay, let's see. I want to wrap up the stream. I want to wrap it up. But I don't think I can raid. I don't think I can raid. And I don't want to do like last time where I had to like figure out how to like raid from YouTube to Twitch last time. That's too confusing. I'm not going to do that again. How to be VTuber. Just look up for how to be streamer and then add on specific VTubing tips. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Intro to webcamless streaming. Yeah, well, webcamless streaming, sometimes it's just voice though. You don't necessarily have like a physical representation on stream. Because I think that's what makes VTubing different. Because like, it is kind of just normal streaming. But like, you know, you gotta have like something to represent you on screen that isn't just your face. Do you have raid targets on YouTube? Let me check. I think somebody said Nyaru was on with Yab Game. But I don't know if Nyaru allows us to raid. Let me try. Nyaru, let me see Nyaru. Oh, it's still, is she live now? She's not live now. Actually, you know what? Maybe, well, because it's not scheduled for another 15 minutes. Maybe we can raid into the she doesn't need to be live for me to raid, right? Like, we can redirect into her pre-chat, right? I think. Try making new friends. I don't know who else streams on YouTube though. I find that YouTube is a lot worse than Twitch when it comes to like recommending new streamers for you. Okay, let me see how does this work? Create highlight video? No. Add stream marker? Share? No. Edit? Customization? No, I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Where are my options? Please give me options. Stream health. Stream settings? Okay. Unlist? No. Closed captions? Enable auto start and stop. Stream health. Analytics. Concurrent viewers. How do I redirect? Do I need to Google this? How to redirect a stream on YouTube. Okay. Click edit, click customization, under redirect, click add. Okay. Edit, customization. Oh, you know what? I just realized, I think it's because I have not hit a threshold. I think there's a certain threshold that you have to hit before you're allowed to do redirects. There we go, that's fair. Yeah, I think, I remember reading, hold on, yeah. Can't redirect a stream on YouTube. Okay, I think, yeah, I don't have, there's something I don't have turned on, but I think that there's eligibility. This features creators, oh, okay, you have to have more than 1,000 subscribers and no community guideline strikes. Okay, I do not have any guideline strikes, but also, I also do not have 1,000 subscribers. Tell your friends so we can fix that. Tell your friends so we can fix that. Yeah, there we go. 1,000 subscribers is kind of a lot, though. That feels like kind of a lot, doesn't it? I guess they're trying to avoid, like, the Twitch issue of people raiding with, like, 2 people. But, like, 2 people raid. A 2-person raid is still a raid, right? Like... Or people who, like, you know, start a raid, or, like, start a stream with 0 viewers, specifically to raid into someone else's stream so they get a shout out, right? Yeah, thousands of subscribers might need more EGGY streams. Well, how far along are we? How far along are we? How many subscribers do I have now? I think it's 184 now. Let me see. Yeah, I have 184. So we're almost 20% of the way there. Let's go. Let's go. I will create 800 more accounts quickly. No! Do not spam me. If I want 1,000 subscribers, I want to earn it myself, you know? I'd feel like I'd be sad if I found out, like, if I hit 1,000 and I found out that, like, half of them are the same person. Yeah. But yeah, 2-person raid is as real as every other raid. But yeah, I think the thing is Twitch, I feel like they have, the way they do their numbers is different because, like, I feel like the way they do their numbers is, like, it starts low, right? Like, you can raid with any number of people, and you only need, like, an average of 3 to hit affiliate. So I feel like Twitch is, like, they're trying to set people up so that they can maybe succeed later. Everything past there is on you, right? Whereas I feel like YouTube is, like, waiting for you to prove yourself before they're willing to do anything for you. So I guess it's just different methods. But if that's the case, then I guess I will just have to tell you what I'm doing later this week, and then I will have to, I guess, just press the end stream button. I guess I'll show you my cool end card. So tomorrow I'm back on Twitch. I'm streaming Little Goody Two Shoes, and we're gonna do it right this time. And then after that, I think that's the last stream for this week. Next week, what's next week? Hold on, what are we today? We're the 7th. Next week is going to be a bit wonky because if I end up going away, then I'm going to be spending that week preparing. So it looks like there might not be a Valentine's Day stream, but there will be a Mahjong Monday. There's going to be Mahjong Monday. I'm going to try to do, like, at least one more other stream that week. I don't know what it's going to be, and I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going... Mahjong Monday prevails. We are going to have Mahjong Monday no matter what. But after that, all sorts of things are happening. No ending 10 seconds allowed. No. Yeah. YouTube also has VODs and people get subs from just stealing content. That's probably what the community guideline strikes are for, though. But yeah, so I will be back tomorrow. Next week will be weird, and so will the week after that, but we will face it regardless. So I will see you tomorrow then, back on Twitch. And I guess all that's left is to show you my cool end card. Yippee!